little Sydney Sweeney story. Sydney Sweeney and Scooter Braun.
Scooter!
They knows that sometimes, if you want to live it up, you have to keep it on the down low. The couple recently enjoyed a low-key late-night date to New York City by donning hoodies and sunglasses to keep things incognito, biking through the city and grabbing cheeseburgers before heading to Times Square.
Oh, they're clever.
Braun shared their adventure on Instagram, writing, "When you're in bed at 11 p.m. and your girl says, 'I've never been to Times Square,' while sharing footage from the outing, the couple stopped to admire Sweeney's new American Eagle, Sid for short, billboard, of course, because that's probably what they wanted to do. Just go get a picture of her billboard in Times Square. And also, some people have pointed out that she actually has been to Times Square before. She was there for whatever movie that she and Glenn Powell did. They had the premiere of it, and they did an appearance in Times Square.
There we go.
She lied to Scooter.
Scooter.
Yeah, so Scooter fell for it.
I can't believe it.
Yeah.
Babe. You said it's the first time Times Square, babe.
Yep. So take that for what you will. All right, a small legal and parenting win for Taylor Frankie Paul.
Ah!
I know, the latest. The reality star and ex-BF Dakota Mortensen returned to a Utah court yesterday to discuss parenting time for their 2-year-old son, Ever. During the virtual hearing, Commissioner Russell Menas recommended lifting supervision for Paul's visits with the former couple's son and granted her more time with the boy.
So,
let the boy watch.
Let the boy watch.
Which kid was nicked by the bar stool when she threw it?
I'm not sure. I don't know. While the pair's breakup and the aftermath has been chaotic, Menas seemed to think that they turned a corner, saying, "I am encouraged, and I think that we're moving in the right direction." All right, so this is interesting. While many believe the best about Val Kilmer, one of his directors has come forward with an opposite take on the late actor. Adam Marcus, who directed Kilmer in the 2008 film Conspiracy, threw major shade at Kilmer on social media. Marcus wrote on Threads alongside a photo of him and Kilmer, and with the hashtag MicroIntellectMonday, he said, "To that time when I directed that guy, the guy who played Iceman and Doc Holliday, you know the one, here's me and the putz working it out on the set of Conspiracy." And he goes, "And to any of you rolling your eyes because of that whole don't speak ill of the dead bull S, F that." Wow. He added that Kilmer did, quote, "If Kilmer did 1/10 of what he did on my set today, he would have been canceled in a blink." In case you didn't get the director's point, he concluded by saying, "Worst human being I've ever known."
What?
And that is really saying something. Wow.
I'm trying to read through the lines here.
Yeah.
There's a subtle undercurrent to this. No, there's a whole documentary about the making of The Island of Dr. Moreau. That Marlon Brando version, Val Kilmer was on that set as well. Horrific. People said he was a nightmare. And you have people like Michael Mann, who directed him on the movie Heat, who said he was fantastic.
Yeah.
So I guess everyone's experience was different.
I guess so, and it may have depended on where Val was in his life at that time, because at some point he could have had a massive ego that got away from him, It happens.
I think Oliver Stone had good stuff to say about him as well when he played Jim Morrison.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Who knows? Hell. Of course, he died from pneumonia in April of 2025. The documentary that was done about him, and the voiceover was done by his son, who sounds exactly like him. I thought was really well done. It was, and it was mainly footage that Val had shot. He was a video camera guy. He loved having a camcorder
for years,
and it's all kinds of really good stuff.
I agree. I thought it was really well done.
Yeah. All right. Tom Holland is expecting his non-alcoholic beer brand Beero. Expanding it, with a new collection of shandy-style beverages. And he said the inspiration came from Zendaya and his mom, Nikki Holland. He told his origin of the idea. He shared with Forbes, saying the shandy was kind of my mom's idea, before revealing the actress, quote, didn't love the beers that we have on sale, and that the idea behind the shandies was to create something authentic at the company that Z could enjoy. That's what he calls it.
So he's in recovery, right? Like he's
Yeah, he is
I
sober.
don't know if he's
Right.
in recovery as much as he is just sober, that he just
sober?
chose to stop drinking.
and he's marketing a brand of cocaine that's just baking flour.
That's
Oh,
it.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tom even noted that his fiance, quote, he said, Zendaya, bless her, has never been a drinker, so she's never drank beer. So that feedback encouraged Holland and his team to branch out from traditional beer flavors and create a limited edition lineup. The alcohol-free drinks combined Bureau's Kingston Golden Pills with lemonade and fruit flavors featuring lemon lime, grapefruit, elderflower, and blackberry yuzu variety.
Yuzu.
I don't know what yuzu is.
Let me ask-
Y-U-Z-U.
Is
Marissa knows.
Yeah, it's like a lemon. It's like a lemony. It's a Japanese flavor that has become pretty popular over the past couple of years.
so would alcohol-free beers, by their very nature, be lower in calories?
I would think so.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, or I mean, yeah, alcohol is the major part
Yeah.
of the major part of the calories that you're consuming when you're drinking beer.
Yeah.
So I would assume so, Steve. It depends on how sugary it is, though. I mean, this is a shandy, so it's going to have a sweeter flavor
And
to
that's
it.
an old-time like whaling song, right?
No, that's a shanty.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's a little bit different, so I'm not really sure. So Tom even noted that the grapefruit flavor is off limits in his house because they're Z's favorite, so they're all hers. The new range is set to arrive at Target this month, while Holland is also preparing for a busy summer. Now, the actor is starring in Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey and Spider-Man Brand New Day in July, and both of which will see him reunite with Zendaya on screen.
Do you know what blew my mind? He's actually in The Odyssey. He's still playing Spider-Man.
Wow, that's weird.
In The
That
Odyssey.
to me seems weird.
Okay. All right. So this beer, does it have any? Because like non-alcoholic beer still has traces of alcohol in it.
Yeah,
So-
sometimes it has like 0.0001 or something
Correct.
like that. I don't know about this one in particularly, but sometimes they have some. But like like he can get into Target. Like what a market for that.
Oh, big time.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Jason Biggs. This is a weird little story. His estranged wife, Jenny Mullen, is facing some serious backlash for a social media post involving her young son. The actress is pictured in between her 12-year-old son Sid's legs, holding him in her arms with her hands caressing the back of his head. The caption read, "Your eldest son will be the most toxic guy you ever date." Sources close to Mullen claim that she was just trying to be funny, but after a ton of comments slamming her for the weird post, she deleted her Facebook post entirely, as well as the caption from her Instagram post, leaving the pictures.
See what you put up and replaced that with? Your son's hung like a horse.
Oh,
You can't do
my
that.
God.
You can't do that.
what you do when your son is hung like a horse. Listen, I'm sure she was trying to have it was trying to be a comedic line, and listen, some people don't know how to write comedic lines.
So I can get away with humor online, but there are things that if it has any sort of subtlety to it,
Oh, yeah.
don't do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't do it.
Biggs and Mullen were married for 18 years. They announced their split last month, by the way. Well, it took them 3 whole years, but actor Minka Kelly and Imagine Dragons frontman Dan Reynolds are finally red carpet official.
Oh my God.
They did their first red carpet as a couple on Saturday. It was the annual Mocha Gala.
3 years to just be photographed on a red carpet together.
Yeah. I don't know what the Mocha Gala is, M-O-C-A.
I assume it has to do with lattes.
I would think so, right? Welcome to the lattes, the mochas. Wouldn't that be awesome?
Yeah. The mocha. I'm really honored to accept this mocha.
It was held at the Geffen Contemporary in Los Angeles, so they were out together.
Would you feel that's one of the things you see these celebrities that are always out at these events, like the mocha, whatever the hell that is, on the red carpet. And a lot of times they just have to go for visibility. So I wonder, we tend to demur from a lot of, not that we're being invited to things like this, but it's like, it's a pain in the ass.
It's the Museum of Contemporary Art.
Not coffee?
Not coffee.
No, not
Sorry,
coffee.
Steve.
You would need an H in there.
So anyhow, they were red carpet official. Good for them. All right, so here's a follow-up from yesterday. The Swifties were right. After a day of speculation and Easter eggs, Taylor Swift and Toy Story 5 have announced her new original song. So this is how she's involved. It's a song. It's called I Knew It, I Knew You, which will be released this Friday. Yesterday, visitors to TaylorSwift.com were greeted by a clouded countdown that will reveal the collaboration at 2 p.m. Eastern Time yesterday. She wrote on her socials about the song saying, I've always dreamed of getting to write for these characters who I have adored since I was 5 years old. The Grammy-winning singer also revealed that she got to see the film in its early stages and confessed, I wrote this song as soon as I got home from the screening.
So I assume Randy Newman's out of a job with this one, right?
Well, it's a good question. I don't know if this is the overall theme to the movie or this is just a song and a pivotal part of the movie. So it could, because he's had, You Got a Friend in Me and all that, which is still, I love that song.
Great song.
So she said, sometimes you just know, right? The song, co-written by her longtime collaborator, Jack Antonoff, will see Taylor return to her country roots and is being released with 3 variants, the original, an acoustic version, and a piano version. I guess the country roots tie in with Jessie, the cowgirl, and that whole thing in the relationship. So maybe it's not the theme to the movie.
So the movie focuses more on those characters, does it not?
From what I understand, it has to do with Jessie. But I mean, they're all going to be in it, so should be pretty cool. All right, Variety has announced season 24 of Actors on Actors.
I like this.
Yeah, it features a stacked lineup. And I'll give you the rundown of all of them here in just a moment. It's a series of candid conversations. Announcing a new season, co-editor-in-chief and co-president Raymond Sedada said that these interviews are sure to go viral in the days to come, and we can't wait for our viewers to watch this year's Emmys contenders in insightful and electrifying conversations that include reunions with the stars of Friends, Game of Thrones, Scandal, and The Hunger Games. Variety's Actor on Actors in collaboration with CNN will drop the episodes on CNN streaming platforms starting June 3rd, 9 a.m., before the release on Variety's YouTube page around midnight.
I'm really looking forward to Francis Ford Coppola is going to be interviewed by Lisa Vanderpump.
Oh,
so
wow.
I cannot wait.
Yeah.
So here's how they roll out. Tomorrow is Jennifer Aniston and Lisa Kudrow.
Nice.
June 4th will be Keke Palmer and Sharon Stone. June 5th, Kit Harington and Peter Dinklage. That one should be pretty interesting. June 6th is Kerry Washington and Tony Goldwyn. June 7th is Paul Anthony Kelly and Patrick Ball, who's on The Pit. He plays Dr. Langdon. June 8th is Bowen Yang and Rachel Sennett. Then June 9th will be Rhea Seehorn and Bryan Cranston. June 10th is Marcelo Hernandez and Tracy Morgan. June 11th, Josh Hutcherson and Elizabeth Banks. June 12th will be Noah Wiley and Sally Field. June 13th, Claire Danes and Richard Gadd. June 14th, Coleman Domingo and Sarah Pigeon. And then June 15th, it will be Jamie Lee Curtis and Mariska Hargitay.
I like that series. I like the GQ series where they have the actors and the directors talk about their milestone moments in their career, and they'll go over their movies or directing jobs or whatever. Yeah. And they give a lot of insight.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the GQ one is when they'll show a little clip of the movie and then they'll talk in detail about that particular project. Yeah, that's a good one as well. All right, Steve, I'm sure you saw this, but this is cool news. It's a friend of ours. Snake Plissken is making a comeback. The war hero turned outlaw from Escape from New York is being revived in a reboot of the 1981 film. Zack Snyder is set to write and direct the reboot of the John Carpenter sci-fi classic that starred Kurt Russell, along with Lee Van Cleef, Donald Pleasance, Henry Dean Stanton, Isaac Hayes, and Adrienne Barbeau.
Yeah. I love that friggin' movie. Love Zack Snyder. I got my complete blessing on this. I know he's going to do it right. Yeah. It is one of those cases where it's a perfect thing. So you got to have somebody with the right touch. Zach, obviously, we call him Zach because we're dear friends.
Yeah, we got to get him on for sure.
I was corresponding with him just a few weeks ago. He was on a nice extended vacation, and he did say that he has some things to promote coming up. This might have been one of those things.
Yeah, he's got a new movie coming out too about the photographer, which is sort of a very small film for him, but he's very excited about it.
I never saw the Escape from New York movie, but I did see Escape from L.A. when that came out. I know. You said
it's bad.
Yeah.
It has moments in it. But when Escape from New York came out, I think the year is in the year 1997. Yeah. They close off Manhattan and they just say, forget it. It's going to be a prison that you're just in. You do what you're going to do. Right. We're just not going to let you out. And the president, his Air Force One is sabotaged. he jettisons in an escape pod, and the president, Donald Pleasance, is in New York
City.
So
Okay.
Pliskin has to go in. He's got a band on his arm, and he's got an explosive in his body. If he doesn't get out in time, he gets killed.
Okay.
So,
Because the film was just announced as being actively in development, no casting or premiere window has been made public. So we'll have to reach out to Zach, see if he can come on sometime soon and talk about that.
were you a fan of that movie?
Dude, it's been so long since I've seen. No, it never really resonated with me.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen it in ages and ages. But it never stuck out to me as like, oh, I love this movie. But I know people like you
It's one
who
of my biggies.
absolutely loved
Yeah,
it. So this I'm interested in. A new biopic about the film legend Gene Wilder is currently in development. Dito Montiel is signed on to direct, saying of the film's subject, he said, Gene Wilder was one of those rare people who was somehow funnier and sadder than everyone else in the room at the same time.
Who would you pick to play him?
Ooh, I don't know.
I
Jeremy White?
Yeah, Jeremy Allen White.
Jeremy Allen White looks
He does kind of look like him.
visually, has a little bit of that face. So, yeah, maybe he could pull. I don't know if he could pull off that really light, hearted side of because he's a pretty intense actor.
I'm going to ask you to think outside the box. Lavell Crawford.
Lavell, who's going to be on with us later this morning? Huel.
We'll ask.
We'll ask him. We're looking at a side-by-side picture. Yeah, I think he can pull that off.
Yeah.
For sure.
We have to. The test would be how could he deliver the blue blankie?
Oh my God!
Sequence.
Yes, please,
He
if you
can do
would
that.
not, if you would not mind.
That would be your audition tape right there.
That's all you need.
Yeah, could he do that? Could he yell like that?
Do
man?
blue blankie.
Man, Gene Wilder could get loud.
Well, that's where my.
Yeah.
My blanket, my blue blanket, give me my blue blanket. I'm sorry. I don't like people touching my blue blanket. It's not important. It's a minor compulsion. I can deal with it if I want to. It's just that I've had it ever since I was a baby, and I find it very comforting.
That's Gene Wilder. Yeah. That's where Steve gets that from. One of the moments of him yelling at the top of his lungs, I love it. And there's so many of them, though, in Young Frankenstein, where Igor has, revealed that he put an abnormal brain. And he's like, are you telling me that I put an abnormal brain into a 7-foot tall, and he just starts, he gets stronger and stronger with his delivery. Gorilla!
He begins it sort of sitting with his leg crossed, like,
Yeah.
Good day, sir.
So, he continued, the director continued to say, he was somehow the funnier and sadder. He was funnier and sadder than everyone else in the room at the same time. He said, that's not a character, that's a life. And I couldn't say no to that. The film will explore the man behind such iconic performances as Willy Wonka, Dr. Frankenstein, and the Waco Kid. Tracing his rise from a shy young theater actor to one of cinema's most singular comedic voices, while examining the personal struggles, relationships, and challenges that shaped both his life and work.
if you want to see one of his funniest performances, it's a small, short part of the movie, everything you always wanted to know about sex, but were afraid to ask Woody Allen. He plays a professional in New York. I think he's a doctor who falls in love with a sheep. And it's hilarious.
All right, and then one last story. So the horror film Obsession obviously is a hit. It earned over $148 million at the global box office in just 3 weeks so far. It is in its third weekend out. It saw just above a 10% increase over its second weekend haul,
Which is amazing.
which has already seen an explosive 39% increase over its debut weekend. And that is a feat that hasn't been seen since the movie E.T. came out in 1982. Projections see the moving bringing in as much as $250 million globally when it's done. The movie was apparently made for about $750,000, meaning that if it does end with $250 million, it will end up making 333 times its budget and ended up as one of the most profitable movies ever made.
Isn't that amazing?
But it is still a bit off from being the number one most profitable movie of all time, with the Blair Witch Project reportedly making. So if it gets this record as 333 times its budget, the Blair Witch Project made 1,243 times its $200,000 budget. So I don't know when we'll ever see a movie that will pass that as far as its profit.
No,
goes.
agreed. I mean, it was really done on a wing and a prayer. And when you see Blair Witch, you literally seen the cast who was told, for the most part, improv. Here's what you're doing. Improv what you're seeing.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the movie when I first saw it. I was not happy with the ending. The ending now rings better with me. But it's kind of an amazing thing when you think about it. And Preston, I've been hearing this reaction. It's kind of polarizing with the people who go to see Obsession.
Okay.
Like, apparently young women, some are finding it like very insulting or very the reaction. I have not seen it.
Okay.
I know the gist of it is this guy has a crush on a girl. He
it was like his boyhood crush.
Yeah, so it's like monkey's paw. And
he gets a wish.
Be careful what you wish for.
And he wishes to have her be in love with him, and
she becomes
apparently goes wrong.
Obsessed,
Yeah,
obviously. So that's part of the deal. But it is, and because of that, that's helped spur people on to go, well, I got to see what this is about.
Interesting. So on the other end of the spectrum, James Cameron's Avatar brought in $2.9 billion, but that had a budget of $237 million. It made only 12 times its budget. So this
when you're talking to a movie company and you're going to say, which way do you want to go?
Yeah.
Let's go with the $750,000 if we can.
You kidding me, man? Yeah. So this is it's on pace to be one of the most profitable movies of all time.
And Backrooms, that's doing
that one just
phenomenally
opened.
well. Yeah,
I want to see that too. All right, it's time for the clips. Eligible farmers are introduced to prospective partners from urban areas eager to find real love away from city life, and Farmer Wants a Wife. Here, cast member Cassie Ahearns shares how this is her ideal way to find love.
Just having somebody that has to work hard every day, get up, and whether it's take care of animals or land or, whatever it is, I feel like just says so much more about a person. They're willing to work hard, and I appreciate that in a human being.
Shut the f*** up!
There's a new episode of Farmer Wants a Wife, and it airs tonight at 8 p.m. That's on Fox.
In some of the cases, he's got, and I watched a couple of minutes of this show. These guys, some of them don't appear to be farmer. I think the closest they get to farming is going to the produce section in a supermarket. But it's just, they're all incredibly, impossibly good looking.
Oh, yeah.
As you would well imagine.
All right, here's our next clip. 5 work-obsessed New Yorkers navigate professional life and overlapping romantic entanglements in Not Suitable for Work. And here, Mindy Kaling explains how the show closes a chapter on a specific time in her life.
I call it like my trilogy. This is the last in my trilogy of my younger years. And I'm so proud of it. It's so funny. It's to date the funnest show I've ever worked on.
I don't give a f***.
Threw away this before I was going to read the last line. All right, first 3 episodes of Not Suitable for Work streams today. You can find that on Hulu.
Have you seen Mindy Kaling lately?
Nah.
She doesn't even look like 5 years ago. Really? She looks completely different.
I just read she lost a lot of weight.
A ton of weight. And she's done other stuff. She looks great, but completely different.
Okay.
Yeah, she went on a big health journey.
Okay.
Kind of changed her life.
Nice. Well, welcome to your mental health journey with us this morning on the Preston and Steve Show, if you will. We will try to distract you from whatever that thing is that's going on over there. It's kind of what we do, or just hang out and have a little party with us. We're going to take a quick break, come back in a second. We will have Lavell Crawford on the program later today. He's going to be appearing at Helium Comedy Club, that and a few other things to share with you. So hang out for a bit. We'll be right back. So it ranked 4th behind water sports, yes. Behind pegging, feet content, and water sports.
The only time I've ever seen any armpit licking, Steve, I know you've seen the movie Flirting with Disaster.
Yes, yeah.
Is it Josh Brolin?
Josh Brolin is into armpit licking.
What is this on?
This is Flirting with
It's Flirting with Disaster. It's a Ben Stiller movie.
Stiller.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Josh Brolin is an FBI agent, and he licks Patricia Arquette's armpit.
So this is just starting to become mainstream. The study from ethical porn site Aristes found this out.
It's an ethical porn site.
Yeah, that's what it says. So there are various reasons that the armpit can elicit such a sexual response. When it comes to humiliation and tickling, it's less about the armpit itself and more about feeling vulnerable and less than, and it can be a form of punishment or control. A dom might force their sub to lick their armpit because it can be degrading. There's also, this is according to a dom that they interviewed in this article named Gigi. She said there's the power and vulnerability. You're tickling someone's armpits, and that person is in a very vulnerable position with their arms raised or tied up, so it's surrendering control to the dominant partner, which can trigger arousal.
Or you just like the taste of underarm deodorant.
Some people do like that, or the sweat.
Listen, I'm not for it or opposed to this.
Right.
The idea, if I were to either A, lick an armpit, or B, have my armpit licked, it would have to be like fresh out of the shower, no deodorant whatsoever. Because that, to me, the idea of licking deodorant is
it's pretty gnarly.
Yeah.
But if you find it gross because it's sweating and things like that,
There's always the butt to lick.
Listen, I was going to say, think about where other places that people stick their
tossing
tongue.
the salad. Yeah,
it ain't that gross compared to some other things.
So the armpit group is going to get more of a pass than the pee on me or lick my butt.
Yeah. But I mean, even and pardon me, I will use a technical term.
By all means,
cunnilingus.
yes.
Just think about what you're doing at that point.
That's where the pee-pee comes out.
That's and that's a it's not that much more
So foot fetish.
of a stretch.
This would be, to me, would be akin to a foot fetish, licking feet.
Yeah.
Similar, right?
Yeah,
toes,
sure.
yeah.
Same thing.
And it's something that does nothing for me.
It does not for me.
But when I think about it, and I'm like, okay, it's really,
not?
it's not that bad.
Are you talking about feet licking?
Feet licking or armpit
All right.
licking? Yeah.
Because you guys have let your dogs lick your feet, right?
Yes.
My dogs don't lick my feet. I would if they would do that. Yes, absolutely.
My dog Chelsea used to love to lick my feet, like emphatically, the second I took my shoes off. And I'm like, I would not do that, but have at it, girl.
Yeah. So Gigi goes on to say that there are definitely people who can orgasm from having their armpits licked.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
And there's also the anticipation aspect. Wouldn't that be great?
It's just great.
It's so easy.
I'm going to lick one out.
Yeah. Because you could lick your own armpit.
Yeah, absolutely.
You could lick your own armpit.
Excuse me, I lick one out.
Oh, my God. And she said there's also the anticipation aspect. If you know the stimulation is coming, you can interpret that as erotic excitement. And as for the smell of the armpit, 59% of daters say that BO is a turn on.
That would not be with me. So I am hyper aware of my scent. I like to be as clean as possible. That's why morning sex is, I like teeth brushed, and everything,
Who was the football player recently who was on the bench, told the guy he smelled like hot dog water? Did you see that?
No.
Oh, it was hilarious. And I thought about it, and I'm like, yeah, okay. Yeah,
know
if you
that
put a bunch
smell?
of hot dogs and you boil it, it kind of it's meat and fat and all that, and it would have a similar scent maybe to underarm armpit.
I'll get a gag
smell.
response off of rancid body odor.
I mean, rancid body odor is bad, but standard a person's scent, I don't think is horrible.
No.
So they said they're asking the question, why would it be a turn on? Well, clinical and relationship psychotherapist Dipti Tate.
Dipti?
Yep. Says, while it might not sound particularly appealing, body odor can influence sexual attraction. However, it's not just any old scent that does the trick. Rather, it's the unique combination of pheromones and other odoriferous compounds exuded by our bodies that can elicit a primal response in potential partners.
Have you ever caught whiff of something that, for lack of a better way to phrase it, smells like sex to you?
Well, the trees,
right.
in
The semen
in the
trees.
spring, the semen trees.
That'd be one of them.
Yeah, I want to say that I have. That it does remind me of
Just
that.
catch you for a second, like that. It smells like sex.
Yeah,
yeah.
I know what you're talking about. Armpit licking also ties into tickle torture and humiliation kinks.
So that's a big kink. Would you call it a kink or a?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would call that.
The tickling to orgasm.
Mm-hmm. And it would fall under the BDSM umbrella, by the way.
Are you easily tickleable?
I used to be more ticklish than I am
right.
now. So no, not that much.
I am not either. But
feet wouldn't bother me. The only place it might get me is armpit, maybe. You know, if somebody were to come up and do that to me real quick, I would definitely react a little bit.
how's Rochelle with tickling?
I think she's okay. I don't really go for tickling.
Yeah, Claire, if she tries it on me and then I reverse it, no,
Yeah.
because she will buckle quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think my armpits are probably the most ticklish. My younger brother is super ticklish, and it's going to sound bad, but he gave his wife a black eye when she tried to tickle him.
Oh, wow.
I believe it.
Because it's not his fault, but I guess she was like maybe laying on top of her, hovering over him, and she tickled his sides, and he jolted so violently that he headbutted her right in the eye.
Wow.
So my dad's feet, he could not stand tickling.
Really?
And of course, as a kid, I was all over that. And
You
so
little
if he'd be
bastard.
sitting there
Yeah.
with his shoes off and fully relaxing, I would go over and tickle. And Casey, there were times where I thought he would have kicked my head off.
Really?
And not out of anger.
No.
He's just reflexing.
Just out of reaction. And so I could see why the black eye thing could easily happen. I probably got hurt at some point trying to pull that on my dad. But there are some people that are extremely sensitive to that. Like you could even just kind of gesture like you're going to do it, and they immediately cringe.
What part of your body would you say, though you're not very ticklish, is the most ticklish?
Yeah, probably the armpit.
When I've had my lower intestine tickled with a mag light, it's so ticklish.
One of my favorites, though, was to find out that somebody just above the kneecap is ticklish there, because it's so easy to just reach over and squeeze real quick.
Yep.
And it's not a tickling thing; it's a squeeze thing.
Yeah.
And it does something to the nerves in there. And that one was my favorite to get people
With Claire, it's the sides. It's her hips.
Oh man,
Ba-boom.
Yeah, I believe it. All right, so why is armpit licking becoming more popular?
Food's expensive.
The internet has a lot to answer for. As discussions pop up on online forums, it normalizes the kink and exposes more people to it. Once people find community, they find more value, and they're able to feel less shame about their fetishes because they have people who can relate and exchange clips and things
You
like that.
find your groups.
Yeah.
And you don't feel so alone.
Yeah, totally. Listen, man, it was like when I found out about ASMR.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I felt liberated. It was like I came out of the closet or something like that, because I thought I was the only
one
person who had this weird thing when I would hear certain sounds and found that appealing, and it would put me in a trance-like state. And it was ages ago, well over a decade ago, that I found out other people had this. I'm like, oh my, that's the thing. That's the thing. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm not a monster.
It's like I can't be the only one who gets intimate with roadkill.
So maybe the armpit licking for some people is a revelation.
Having spent time in a dominatrix chambers,
You did, for the show.
live on this show, I understand the tickling thing, but the tickling that I got was juxtaposed to pain, right?
Yes.
So it was when they were whipping me, and that hurt really, really bad, and then they would take these like feathers or these long, and then, but. So when that happens right after you get done being whipped, it feels so much better.
Right.
Wasn't that place like right in the city?
It was an old city.
Old city, yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I'm sure there's plenty of dungeons in the city. But yeah, so that's what they do, Case. They take these two extremes
Yeah.
and take you back and forth between them, because they can be so kind and wonderful when until you're a bad boy.
I don't think I want the extreme. Do you remember a particular moment?
It's just so funny because we have video of it. It'll never see the light of day, but there is a point I'm laying on my stomach and I'm being whipped, and it hurts so bad, and I just go like, I'm flopping like a dolphin, and I go, I'm done.
Did they give you a safe word?
I'm done.
You also had the lit can or the
that was fine. That was more of just
Right.
like a show thing, but no, there were
The lit what? I don't know.
they
finish.
lit they put like cotton on my nipples.
Yes.
And then they lit it on fire, and then they cupped it with a with a cup, and
They
then
did the cupping, and it sucked your boobie up in there.
but the clothespins on the nutsack hurt a lot.
Oh my God.
And then when I asked to take it off, it actually hurt more.
Yeah.
That sensation of it coming off of
Let's step back just a second here. This is on the radio.
yeah.
Because I don't remember everything that we've done over the years. They took clothespins.
Yeah, I didn't know that was gonna
pinned
happen.
your sack.
Just the skin part.
Yeah, I know that. Not the boys, but but still, we did that.
You did that to me.
We did that. That was.
I just want to let you know.
Was that Month of Stunts?
What you guys did to me? Yeah,
yeah.
On Month of Stunts. Yeah, that one. I listen.
That was before you, Marissa.
I felt like I was in a moment where I wasn't allowed to say no. You know what I mean?
On the show.
Yeah, well, in the show, in the moment, it was like one of those, like, oh, you're gonna do what?
Well, let's remember that was the same point in time when you were saying, "I'd like to get shot in the ass with a 22."
Were you mildly game for it when they brought it up?
No. Listen, my genitals were exposed. Like I didn't want my genitals exposed. Like that's very vulnerable.
Yeah,
it's. A lot of champ down there, you know what I'm saying?
What was more vulnerable, the Brazilian wax?
That one, well, I mean, I bled, but when I got waxed, surprisingly, the back end didn't hurt like at all.
Right,
like,
the front end was horrible.
Actually, right above the pubic bone area was the most sensitive.
Okay.
All right, allegations that people can only describe as disgusting and nauseating are coming out of the Baltimore County Fire Department. The situation has now sparked a police investigation, raising major public health concerns. A Baltimore County Fire employee is being investigated for inappropriate behavior at work. And this comes after the employee allegedly made videos of himself spanking it in public areas at multiple firehouses in the county.
Is that part of a community outreach?
For all I know, it is. But
you can jack it in front of this one or that one.
Verify. So in a letter, Baltimore County Fire Chief Joseph Dixon says that the county health officer and experts told him even if the allegations are substantiated, the risk to employees is minimal to none. But even so, fire department employees are encouraged to get tested at the employee health center. They initiated hazmat cleaning of all career stations and fire department offices in the public safety building, and it includes door handles. Just a little bit later on this morning, we are going to have Lavell Crawford, stand-up comedian and actor. He's been here before, but he's going to be at Helium Comedy Club this weekend, so we'll get to him in the 9 o'clock hour. But have a new intro for a segment that we've never played before.
Then we better damn well do that segment right now.
I think we should. Casey, fire it up.
This is Stacko Topics. Here's a random topic.
Thank you, Zach.
It's awesome.
For our new intro for Stacko Topics. And yes.
This is Stacko Topics.
This is the second version, a little gap. And then
here's a random topic.
Right there.
It's
all right.
perfect.
So thank you, Zach.
Thumbs up to Zach.
So from time to time, we'll write down some ideas. Any one of us could think of this. We could talk about this sometime. We're going to talk about this right now. No, not really. I don't have enough to go on that. But I put them in a nice little package that I have here if you're watching via YouTube.
It actually has a title page on it, too.
Yep.
And we're going to put a pin in that thing.
Yeah. And it's scrap paper. It's Casey every so often takes some papers that we don't use, and then he'll rip them in half, and then these are our little notes that we write. I'm getting multi-use out of. So there's always something written on the other side of them, as you can see.
Stack of Topics recycles.
Recycles,
Yeah,
absolutely.
right.
I got my little recycle bin right underneath the console here, and they go in there. All right, so we have a stack of topics, and who would like to choose? You know what? Hang on. Let's get Ryan in here.
Oh, yeah.
Ryan, come in here. I know you're in the other studio right now, but I don't think you've had a chance to choose for Stacko Topics as of yet. You can use Casey's.
Now, you
mic.
guys have never met, correct?
Have we met?
Yeah.
No, I think this is the first time.
Okay, all right.
Beautiful.
Reach in anywhere you want to. It's like a magician with a deck of cards, and pull out a topic and read it to us, and we'll see what we get here.
Here's a random topic.
Okay.
What inanimate object do you feel real emotions for?
Wow.
What inanimate object do you feel real emotions for?
Something that you have an attachment to. It can be battery powered or not.
It's got to be my dildo.
But yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
No, is there something that is precious?
Yeah. A ring.
To you.
It's been sworn to me.
And feel free to let us know. 610-660-9333. It could be something, some people have an heirloom, a memento, or a monster. A memento that someone gave them.
Yes, it means something.
That is important, or you may hold on to it. Now, sometimes it's people who have passed, and if the story's a little, on the sadder side.
Yeah.
We don't need to have all of that. But are there some things that to you are very important, even though they're just a physical object?
I assume as parents you have to have.
I have too much stuff I've kept. Oh my God.
So what rises above all the rest to be something that you this really means a lot, where you can sit, hold it, stroke it, pet it.
So Parker, when he was a baby, our firstborn, had an Afghan that my grandmother made for him, and it became his whoopee, his
blue
regular
blankie?
Yeah, we nicknamed it Stinky.
Okay.
Because my kids were formula fed, and so he would get formula mouth, and then he would gnaw on this blanket, and it smelled
Like rotting milk?
horrible. Oh my God, it was terrible. But he loved it, and so we still have a piece of that we saved because it eventually wore down to, next to nothing. It's like in Mr. Mom when he takes the whoopee. The whoopie's falling apart. He had to staple it together.
He's
and
wearing
everything.
like a hazmat outfit when he gets rid of everything.
Yeah, so that is a pretty precious piece of something that we have.
Yeah.
But for some people, it might be. I mean, it's like concert tickets or a trophy that you won as a kid, or there's all kinds. I still have
What you feel connected to.
Yeah.
I still have and I'll never get rid of it. My Pinewood Derby Best Design Trophy.
Yes, I
It was
remember
the
that.
first trophy I ever won as a kid.
Oh, for you? I thought one you won with your
Carter won
Son.
second place,
Yeah.
or maybe it was Parker. I think it was Parker won second place for I still have that.
Yeah.
But this is my personal from like 1977.
That's
Wow.
amazing.
trophy that I still
God,
have.
you see. Well, you've been more linear so you were St. Louis and a couple places. I was all over the friggin' place, so I ended up losing stuff with each move.
Yeah.
and
I moved several times.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
moved from Tennessee to St. Louis to South Carolina, back to St. Louis,
Yeah.
and then around Missouri, and then to here. So, but I've lost some things along the way,
Yeah.
for sure. But there are some things that I've held on to for whatever reason. From time to time, I'll go through my old bin of stuff that I've kept, and I'll kind of clean out a little bit here.
You tend to think of things like a watch that a parent gave
Yeah.
you.
Right.
But you know what? I honestly feel this is going to make Chuck feel happy. I feel a connection to my car.
Yeah.
Underneath here, it says Chuck's car.
Oh, there we go.
Right there.
Yeah.
Yep. Chuck loves his car.
He does.
Yes.
does.
And you know what I really enjoy is it is a you see it when you're like coming back from a place, you find your car. When I leave here, the sun is always coming into the windshield. I don't know, but I get a little. It's not because it's so amazing. The car is not like it's a Rolls Royce, but it's like it's my little mobile home.
Yeah.
in a weird way. Does that make any sense, or am I a complete moron?
No, it does. How long have you had it?
Just a couple of years, but I've had the same type of car for many years. Yeah.
Right. Some have
I got nothing.
You got nothing?
No.
Really?
Yeah, I'm trying.
I am
surprised.
surprised.
Racking my
Fish?
brain.
What, you mean to tell me there's not one piece of fish T-shirt, fish paraphernalia, something that is something that you are like, oh man, I'm so glad I have this. I want to stroke it and pet it.
And massage it. Let me think about that for a second. No, I don't think so. I wish I did.
I assign emotion to everything.
Okay.
Like, I think I have too much. That's why we are a storage unit family, because everything has nostalgia, emotion. Instead of going out and buying a piece of furniture, I would love to have something that's of my parents. It's a piece of jewelry.
Right.
It's passing things along. I think I may have told you guys this. I asked my mom a whole bunch of years ago, instead of like buying me a birthday gift, just give me, no, that sounds so, just give me something. Gift me something from your collection of jewelry. So I get to hear the story about, some piece that she's had since she was 16 years old.
You're
or
very
something like
sentimental.
that.
That's a good thing. But you act on it.
Here's a good one. This says, I still have a Circle K lighter that I got from a boy I met on vacation in 1988.
Wow.
That stands out.
I still have an old lighter from the radio station that made me want to do what I do for a living. It's from KC95 in St. Louis. I still have that lighter at home. I've held on to that. Yeah.
I have concert boxes. Every year I would put together a box of stickers and like Y100 temporary tattoos I would get from you guys. Like every year, everything had a journal.
All right, listen to this. Somebody said, and they sent us a picture of it. It says, this ice pack. It's so dumb, but one of the last things my mom bought. I'd take it and her to lunch with me every day. Another person says, and this is a common thing, my teddy bear that I've had since I was 4.
I can tell, you just made me think of something, and I've mentioned it before on the show, and I actually consider, there have been times where it sort of fell off where it is in the office, and I'm like, oh my God. Preston, I think in a bizarre way, I connect it with the success of the show. It is a picture, of the dude,
the old guy
from the Philly guys.
I know what you're talking about.
Old dude,
Yeah,
yes.
there was some promotion that they ran, and when we got the morning show here, we just thought it was like kind of an adorable, weird thing.
Yep.
This old guy with his shirt off and a drill who had done something for the Philly guys, and it has not left my desk since we started at MMR.
And it's moved 3 offices.
Yeah, and it's right there right now if you walk in.
Okay, you know what? In 1998, I was given this job, and just before that, they gave me a key to the building, and I still have that key.
You still have the key to the old Y100 in media.
Yeah, and that's always on my keychain. Now the problem is I've been playing like musical cars, with ever since my kid got their licenses. So I don't know which keychain that key is on.
And there's no way to find out because
no, there is, but so the keychain. I'm driving a vehicle from Rafferty Subaru right now, so I just have that keychain. So currently that key is somewhere on some random key ring somewhere.
I'm holding this up to the camera case. It's the picture of that.
Oh my God,
that gave us a career.
That's great.
Yeah.
By the way, just to double back a second, somebody texted in and said, adult Pinewood Derby in Newtown Square, Friday night, BYOB 21 and over only.
Wow.
Excuse me?
Would you do that?
Oh my God. Dude, I've got like eight or 10
ready
cars
to go?
that are made and ready to go. I mean, they don't run more the damn anymore, but I could fix those babies up. Do me a favor, mystery texter, and email me about that event. I need to hear about this.
Do you know all the tricks with the graphite powder and all that stuff? Okay.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Wow. Couple phone calls.
Yeah.
Let's get those. I'm going to go to, let's go to Rob. The question is, the topic is, what inanimate object do you have real emotions for?
Yeah.
So, Rob, you're on the air. Good morning, buddy.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Hey, what's
Sorry
up, man?
about your work.
It's okay.
Thank you, man.
My inanimate object that I have a lot of attachment for was the first snowboard I was ever bought by my parents. I still have it to this day. It sits on a snowboard rack that I built a few years ago. I haven't used it in years, but they couldn't afford much. They put everything they could together to get that for me 1 year, and I've never let it go.
It means something to you. So how many years old is it?
18 now.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's cool.
Yeah. Is it still rideable by any chance?
Oh, yeah. Last time before I put it away, got it serviced. It's literally sitting on the shelf ready to go if I ever wanted to, but I have better snowboards and I don't want to ruin that one.
You know what I think about it, Rob? And I think of it in this way, Preston.
Thanks, Rob.
It would be like if you couldn't find it, it'd be like, oh. Like
there'd be something missing.
My life has changed in a minute way because this is not a part of it.
Yeah.
I wonder if Chuck's emotion, because I wrote this down. This was a suggestion from Chuck. I wonder if, because he said, real emotions for.
Yeah.
Like, does he feel?
Oh, he's had that tailpipe.
Yeah. I'm curious as to how
He
deep
hasn't even had
the
it that
emotions go. What's that?
He hasn't even had it that long. That Jeep has been less than 5 years, maybe 3 or 4 years.
Do you know the feeling? So I'm sure he loves driving around on a Jeep. You're taking the stuff off, and those experiences. To me, just sitting in the seat with like the seat warmer on, like it's. And it's a bizarre thing. Yeah. I've always been motivated by like movie, connections that way. And so to me, it's like that is a piece of home that I can go in and be safe in that vehicle wherever I am.
But, also speaking of Chuck, and that's why, when I think about this, I get so mad at Bill Weston when Bill threw away Chuck's childhood cereal bowl.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And, and put the blame on Chuck for leaving it in the sink.
Yeah, that was not cool.
As if he had any right to throw it away.
Yeah. That is a good example of something that was cherished and still being used that Chuck had emotions for.
And if you remember, Bill dug up the bones of Chuck's grandmother and pissed on them.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, why would you do that?
No, I still think that was a very bad move on Bill's. But he should have fessed up and apologized and just said, I'm sorry.
Go to hell.
I didn't know what it meant.
I'm a loose cannon.
You know what I mean?
Bill used to at 11 o'clock in the morning decide, hey, 4 o'clock today, everything in the fridge is getting thrown out.
I know. Come on, man.
And it was like, yo.
All right, by the way, so the Adult Pinewood Derby fundraiser is Friday at St. Anastasia Parish Hall on Westchester Pike in Newtown Square.
Dude,
so
are you going?
I can't. We've got stuff going on this weekend. I can't do it. But now that I know about this, I'll keep an eye out for when something like that's going to pop up again, because that is a damn good idea. That's a real good idea. We should do that. Maybe in the Camp Out for Hunger.
Oh, let's do it in the Camp Out for Hunger.
We could bring out a Pinewood Derby track.
In preparation,
I love it.
I don't mean to derail this conversation with that. How long did it take you to put together your Pinewood Derby racer?
Oh, it depends on how hard you want to work on it.
What if you make it out of diamonds?
You can slap it together in a day if you really want to.
All right.
But if you really want to work on it and detail it, we spent a couple weeks on it probably, picking at it a little bit. All right, let me go to, I have Mary joining us. Hi, Mary, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, what's an inanimate object that you have real emotions for?
I actually have my grandmother's Letterman jacket from high school in Pittsburgh. She went to high school with Shirley Jones from the Partridge Family.
Oh, wow. I had a crush on Shirley Jones when she was on the Partridge Family.
Yeah, my grandmother and my grandfather both went to high school with her, and my grandmother was a majorette, baton twirler with Shirley Jones.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That is so, and that means a lot to you, right?
Yes, she passed away going on 12 years ago, and I actually have the jacket hanging in a shadow box in my bedroom.
Wow, that's pretty cool. So it's an entire jacket. You have the whole thing in a shadow box?
Yeah, the lining is ripped out because my grandfather was a lot bigger than my grandmother, and he wore it and ripped the lining out of it.
Wow.
There you go. Yeah.
All right, thank you, Mary. I wonder about things like that, because I have some stuff that I've held on to and that I want to display, and things that we've awards we've won and things like that. I'm like, when I'm gone, what's going to happen to those? I mean, they're just going to.
Well, it is
something
the
to me,
ephemeral
really.
nature of existence.
Yeah.
It means it's a double-edged sword, because it is all. It's, as I say, a tale of sound and fury signifying nothing. But while you're here, and to the people. Like Dr. Mike always talks about, leaving a legacy. He's seen people, fabulously wealthy people, and no one when they're checking out ever says, I want more stuff.
Right.
They want to know that they made a difference. And so, but I think while you're here, these things do mean something.
I agree.
And they center you in the universe, you know?
Yeah. So, I take comfort in the things that give me joy for whatever reason. But I'd like to be able to hand that joy off to somebody else and see if they could get something out of it, too.
I lost an uncle years ago, and I kept the shotgun. I murdered him.
Wow.
Because I miss him every day. I didn't miss him that day.
You reach out and touch it. And
stroke it and pet it.
Hang on, I'm going to go to Kelly. Hi, Kelly. Good morning.
Good morning. Hey, what's going on? How you guys doing?
Wonderful. So we're talking about inanimate objects that you have a real emotion for. What you got?
All right, so I may have some underlying trauma here, but I have a Pooh Bear stuffed animal that I sleep with. I must have it. When I go to hotels, I take it. I don't go around and hold it and go to stores with it or anything.
But it's for bedtime.
I'm not that. Yes, it's for bedtime. I had one when I was younger. I lost it, and my boyfriend replaced it.
Aww. That's pretty sweet.
Listen, I think that's absolutely fine. I think, we joke about the blue blankie and all that stuff, but if you have something that gives you comfort in that way or that is a good memory that makes you smile, and I mean, for Christ's sake, Winnie the Pooh bear.
Well, and even
I love Winnie.
And even the replacement is good enough, Kelly?
Yes, it is. It
Okay.
actually is. It was the sweetest thing. We were 4 months in, too, in our relationship, and he bought it. And I was so shocked.
That's awesome.
I was like, this is the best gift that he could have ever. It was my birthday present in March, March 26th.
All right, we'll remember
awesome.
that and we'll send
Thanks,
you
Kelly.
something.
All right, I've got one
Thank
for
you.
you that's similar to that. I told you guys when I was a kid, this is the best Christmas gift I've ever gotten. When I was a kid, it was in kindergarten. The big toy to play with at recess was the fire truck.
Oh, my God.
And not once that entire year of kindergarten did I ever get the fire truck because kids beeline to it, and I always missed it. Didn't get to play with it one time. And I relayed this story to Rochelle, and she bought me a fire truck for Christmas.
Fire truck?
It was the greatest thing ever.
What kind?
I said,
Tonka?
So the one that I had was when I was a kid to play with. It was just a Tonka. It was a small one.
Yeah.
No, she got me this big one, battery powered with the full ladder extends and goes up and down.
Can I come play with it?
You should come over and play with it. So I will hang on to that. I will hang on to that for a long time.
Again, it is context. It's what they call on Collector's Corner, a show I might have mentioned it periodically, provenance, like the verification, the story around it, what it means to you, why it means that to you.
Do any of your Batman figures mean more than other ones?
Ooh.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite?
Oh, you're asking a total.
I know it's a tough question.
The one that's currently in my office right now. That is the Batman on the rooftop with his cape flowing back, looking as badass as can be. And then the Frank Miller one that I have at home, which is, so that's a good point.
Yeah.
I look at that one and I see, not that I think I'm Batman, I know I'm not. At least I have it on authority that I'm probably not. But
you want to be a vigilante.
It's an older Batman, the Frank Miller Batman cut up, and I look at that and I sort of connect to that.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had a weird experience. My parents were downsizing, and I opened up a box of stuffed animals. And this one, I looked at it, and I just had this attachment to it, but I didn't remember it whatsoever. And my mom walked over and was like, "Oh, you loved that as a kid," but I still don't remember it. But as soon as I saw it for the first time in decades, oh my God, this wave of emotions came over me. It's a precious moments bunny, a white bunny, but it has that filth to it that you can just tell as a kid.
It's
you
like
kind
a
of
slutty bunny.
Yeah, it's like a little, has a tinge. It's not white anymore.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
So, by the way, a ton of people calling in, but I want to get to another topic because we have a new intro and everything. But real quick, before you hit that, Casey, Bill, his mom gave him a tissue box on her deathbed. He's always held on to that. Sandro said that he's had the same car for over 15 years. He's got an attachment to that. Laura's pillow that her grandmother made her as a kid. Zane has a wheel from King to Ka.
Oh, cool.
He went on the last day and I guess they were dismantling it, and he got a wheel, and he's going to hang on to that forever. Julia is the ice pack that her mom gave her. Samantha's grandma's necklace of the Virgin Mary. And Mario has a 5XL Redskins hoodie. He's a diehard Eagles fan, but it was his dad's. So he's holding on to that forever.
See, those are all very good.
Yeah, so thank you for those, but we do want to, because we have a new intro, get to a new topic.
This is Stacko Topics. Here's a random topic.
All right, Casey, I'm going to have you pick the random topic, and I don't know if I fanned these out properly. There's so
whatever.
many.
Don't look at the deck.
All right.
I'm not looking. Yeah.
And then
this
show
is
us.
Okay, I'm going to show you guys.
Okay.
Here it is.
And then
Here's a random topic.
Oh, man. Okay.
Oh, is it bad?
It doesn't have legs.
Okay, it does not have legs.
Does not have legs. All right. What is the weirdest noise you can make? Dude, Chuck can make this noise that I can't make.
Okay, can you describe it?
It sounds like a laser gun, right?
Okay.
So he does he puts his top teeth on his bottom lip, and he kind of
like a quasi whistle,
and he goes like, woo.
Okay.
But the like I cannot do that sound.
Well,
You're gonna have to.
Is it
have
like a whistle ring?
Michael
Kinda
Winslow
like-
does that thing.
Yeah.
I think I know what you're talking
Yeah.
about. All right, so this was my random topic.
All right, okay.
And I used to do this thing when I was a kid. Now I have not done it
All right.
in a long time. It's probably not going to sound that weird, but what I'm essentially going to do is I'm going to squeeze in my cheeks. I'm going to open up my mouth and squeeze my cheeks together to where you have like the fish lips.
Okay.
Okay, and then I breathe in.
Should we bring the lights down in the studio?
I don't think you need to bring the
no.
lights into the studio. It's okay. It's not that big of a deal. So I haven't tried this in a long time.
All right.
People are already calling, by the way.
All right.
Whatever weird noise you can make naturally,
All right.
I would love to hear it. So let's see if this still does it. All right.
Quiet on the set.
Hang on. That's it.
That's pretty good.
I like it.
That's pretty good.
Then there was this one. Hang on. Now I'm going to squeeze my lips together. I'm going to press them down and do the squeaky thing.
Hey, I think I can do that one.
That wasn't it.
All right. Do it again.
Can you do it? You do it.
No,
You must be nervous.
I do something similar to your first sound.
No, I
Are
can't
you
do
blowing
it.
out or sucking in?
I'm blowing out.
Okay, so suck
But
in.
it was
That's what it sounds like.
no, this was more like a high-pitched squeal.
Oh, okay.
And I can't do it anymore.
Like a balloon deflating?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, I can't do it anymore.
All right. You lost it.
I used to, there's the old Robin Williams. I learned this one from him.
All right.
Which I used to do all the time, which was,
Yeah.
yeah, which is pulling.
You know
on
what
your
you can
cheek.
do?
What?
The DJ from Animal House.
Can you do that?
There you go. I think that's your most impressive. It does
Really?
beat the high pitched whistle lips.
Oh, and then there's the bagpipe, which is.
What's the song? The at the end.
Oh, it's Chris Cornell.
Show me how to live. Yeah.
This is award-winning radio.
We are in the National Radio Hall of Fame.
All right,
For the naysayers out there.
Let me go to let's turn it over to our fans. I'm going to go to Chad. Hi, Chad. You're on the air. Good morning, bud.
Good morning, guys.
All right. You know what I think I'm going to do when I go to answer these calls?
Yeah.
Just make the noise.
All right.
Yeah.
And then we'll find out what your story is.
right.
All right, Chad. What is the noise you can make?
Oh, it's got variations, so I can do an eagle, a mourning dove. Here we go. Ready?
Yeah. Oh,
That's
okay.
really good.
That's
goes
with
the
your
mourning dove.
that's with your hands, right?
Yeah, I can cup my hands and kind of blow into your thumbs.
Sure.
Your thumbs.
What's the eagle screech?
Well, that was my go-to eagle.
Oh, that sounded more like a morning bird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounded.
That wasn't an
It's
eagle?
the mourning dove.
Oh, okay. But it says here it says you have an eagle
All right,
screech.
so this is my eagle. Yeah, my
Yeah.
best one. Ready?
All right, yeah.
Is that an eagle?
That doesn't sound like an eagle to me.
It sounds like an eagle playing a dove.
Yeah.
There's a little Tarzan.
All right, thank you, Chad. Appreciate it. That's the most impressive sound he can make. I
That
can
is
do
pretty
that.
cool.
Can't do it. You
So,
got it.
I can do it. I taught my son how to do it, and then he taught his entire class how to do it. This is in high school. And so he was at his rugby banquet, and we took video. All you could hear was everybody doing that. Because my son, I think he won like the MVP award, and as he was going up to get his trophy, you just hear people going, woo, woo, woo.
Oh.
Yeah, so he
I
was
can do the gun with my
Oh.
No, stop it.
Impressive.
I wonder if I can do that. How do you do that? You hold your... hang
Yeah,
on.
and then you
just cup your hands.
there, Casey. Great job.
Wow.
How do you create that reverb
It's
sound?
amazing.
Wait, can I try?
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
I I forgot how to fire it. It's been a minute.
Marissa, can you do the actual gun with your mouth? We did this
No.
one day.
Oh, yeah.
Pew, pew, pew.
Yeah.
I
We
can.
girls can't do a machine gun.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah.
I can do the pop-up video sound.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
nice.
I
Not
got
bad.
that. Pop-up video.
And then there's the old water drop, which is a.
Yeah.
Wish I could do that one.
Can you do this?
I can't. So
What are you doing, Case?
So Casey is to describe. He's putting his hands underneath his chin, and he's got one of his fingers in the webbing of the other hand.
Yeah, go. Okay.
Between, and then you. Why do you hold it against the
You can do
chin?
it. You just because
It makes like
a thing.
a thing. Yeah, whatever you call it.
Yeah, I think
It gives it resonance.
Yeah, resonance.
Okay.
is what I'm looking for.
Hang on a second. Ed has a noise he's been making since second grade that got him in trouble.
All right.
So should I just have him make the noise when I go to him?
Yeah, have Ed lead with the noise, and then we'll ask questions.
All right, Ed, without saying anything, make your noise.
That's great.
Okay. Is that exclusively with your lips?
Exclusively with the lips, yeah.
Okay. And you got in trouble in second grade.
Mrs. Santana had me for it, boy. Oh, my God. And you know, to this day, I do it all the time. When a song is on the radio, and it's like breathing to me. I don't even realize I'm doing it.
Wow.
So it's kind of...
I can do like a harmonica with the... hold on.
What does that
get
sound
little
like?
Wah, wah, wah going with it.
Sounds like a theremin.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ed, you're a special breed of person. I have a friend of mine. His name is Tim. Tim, you're probably listening right now. He makes that same. He doesn't do it that way, but when you see him, he's like, "Hey, how you doing?" He's like, and he does the same exact. But for some reason, he does it. He curls up his index finger and his thumb, and he puts it over his mouth and goes.
Does he do just a, or is he actually playing his hand?
Can he play songs?
But that's the sound that he makes.
Okay.
And Tim, I love you, Tim. He is the most interesting person. His son and my son went all through grade school together, and he'd be like, "Hey, guess who I saw today?" And then you got to say who?
Who?
Everyone I looked at.
Oh.
You know?
I have to go, Tim.
Yeah.
You would love this guy.
Yeah.
You would love this
Working
guy.
hardly working. I got to go, Tim.
Pure positive energy.
I think I've tried this before,
Okay.
and I'm using a prop.
And Preston's pulling down his pants.
No, this is a Tootsie Pop. Casey Keys Tootsie Pops back here, and these have been in here a while.
been there for a little while.
So the wrapper, I used to be able to make a excruciatingly loud whistle sound.
Oh, I remember you demonstrating that.
Yeah, but
one
I don't think
time.
I was able to do it. I'll try it one more time here.
Do you make a sound when you gleek?
No,
Okay.
there's no sound. All right, here we go.
There you go.
About that.
Does that hurt your own ears?
Not while I'm wearing the
All right,
headphones.
all
Normally I wouldn't even try it.
Right.
I can whistle very loud too, and I've had to stop doing that because it hurts my own ears. But yeah, I used to be able to make it a clear, piercingly loud whistle using those things.
Yeah, I remember,
And could get
yeah.
in trouble for that. All right, let's go to Aaron is going to make a noise, and Aaron, I want you to, without saying anything, make the noise first. Go ahead. Okay.
Is that a dying elephant?
It's a dying elephant, apparently. Is that just your lips, Aaron?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's pretty
I
good.
learned that I could do it,
So, wait.
but if it's
Yeah, that kind of hurts.
Yeah.
All right.
I've never felt so much pressure.
I know. We
You
appreciate
did a damn good job.
going out on a limb here,
All right,
Aaron.
let me try.
Thank you.
It's amazing.
Pretty good.
Well done. And not as good as Aaron's, but
Nah.
all right, let's try. And we'll move along here in just a second because I'm sure this is driving people crazy.
Well, they're special talents.
All right, we have Shane who's going to do it. Shane, go ahead and make the noise.
Love that. The duck.
The Donald Duck thing.
Yeah.
Can you speak when you do that?
Nope.
No?
I wish.
Okay. All right.
Man, I had a friend who used to be able to do that so good. Steve McFalls,
Thank you,
if you're
Shane.
listening.
Yep.
He would he like.
Yeah,
but
it's hard.
But you can
hard.
really understand.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can kind of fake it, but the people that can make it sound very clear.
Well, the
it's
guy
kind of
who
impressive.
did it for Disney all those years was,
Yeah.
masterful at it.
Man, I was going to have somebody. What did the last guy just do? It was a duck, right?
Yeah.
Damn, I can't remember what it was.
Ooh, somebody
I
stepped
can't
on a
remember.
duck.
All right, hang on. Let me go to Angelina, who can sing super high pitched.
Ah.
So Angelina, go for it.
Is that me?
Yeah.
No, it's Angela's.
Oh, Angela.
All right, okay.
All right. Go ahead, Angela.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I've seen people do that
Right.
before, and it sounds even weirder in person. Is that just coming out of your mouth, or are you using your hand or anything?
It's my mouth.
Just the
Nope,
mouth.
Just my mouth.
Yeah.
Mouth closed, and it's all in my throat.
Okay, that's in the back of your throat that you're doing that.
I used to be able to do the close.
Yeah, people cup their hands
Yeah.
over their
Yeah,
mouth.
yeah.
and
Right.
put the pinky up.
All right, thank you, Angela. Angela, I want to call
Thank
her
you.
Angelina.
I had two ventriloquist dummies growing up, and I used to try to perfect all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, one last call here. It just says Megan can make a throat noise.
All right.
All right, Megan, make your throat noise.
Yeah.
I like. What is that? That sounds like a waddling duck, or like a pig.
So when do you use that? For what purpose do you use that, Megan?
So I suffer from really bad seasonal allergies, and this is the time that I use it when my throat itches from all the pollen.
Okay.
You're scratching your throat.
Muscles of my, I rub the muscles of my throat together to give it a good scratch.
Interesting. All right, very talented. Thank you, Megan.
I love that. Those are cool.
Very
little
talented.
tricks.
All right. Anyhow, like you said, Casey, that doesn't have legs.
Didn't have legs.
All right. Well, thank you for. That's why I wrote it down and put it in Stacko topic.
It's wild, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's watch. Wait. God damn it! I had it set right.
It's amazing. It sounds just like a gunshot.
Crazy.
Wow. All right. This has been Stacko Topics. So thank
This
you.
is Stacko Topics.
Yes.
Here's a random topic.
We're done with the random topics. All right. Sorry about that last one. We're going to take a break.
I liked it.
We'll come back in a second, and we will get to bizarre file stories. Stay with us. Switches, bathrooms and fixtures, water fountains, kitchens, surfaces, sinks, appliances inside and out, bunk rooms, the beds and furniture, inside and out of lockers, floors, several vehicles.
Oh, man.
Will also undergo professional cleaning and sanitation.
Remember, a good firefighter always brings his own hose.
This guy was rubbing it out all over the place.
Yeah.
They're also working to replace all station ice machines in response to the allegations.
Replace.
This guy was filming himself. I'm thinking he took videos of him
Seemed to be
spanking
right?
it in these areas.
This is an incredibly thorough cleaning.
3 stations ice machines have already been replaced at the time of the publication.
You know, I haven't jacked it by the bell yet.
So Steve Redmer, the president of the Baltimore County Professional Firefighters, Local 1311, said that the actions were a serious breach of trust and it has no place in the department. Baltimore County Police say that an investigation is on.
Apparently, they had to hire a therapist for the Dalmatian.
All right, here's a follow-up for you. A Missouri judge who wore an Elvis Presley wig in his courtroom
That's right.
and played the singer's music from his phone during court proceedings has agreed to a deal that would cut his career on the bench short. Judge Matthew Thornhill in suburban St. Louis faces a 6-month unpaid suspension under the deal that he reached with the state board to avoid disciplinary hearing.
But I will be finishing my career dressed as Tom Jones.
After the suspension, he would serve 18 more months on the bench before resigning from the St. Charles County Circuit Court. The agreement is pending before the Missouri Supreme Court. Thornhill wrote in a letter that he intended to add levity to, at times, what he thought would be help relax litigants. But he said, I now recognize that this could affect the integrity and solemnity of the proceedings.
That's right, man.
He said, I can't assure I'll do my very best in the future to serve the people of the state of Missouri with honor and dignity.
Sends you to death.
While the Commission on Retirement Removal and Discipline also faulted Thornhill for talking about politics from the bench, it highlighted his affinity for the king of rock and roll first. The court file is sprinkled with photos of Thornhill on the bench or posing with staff in a plastic Elvis wig and sunglasses.
All right, here's a general question for you. Do you think judges should be allowed to cosplay?
Wow. During
court,
hearing,
yeah.
I got to say, I'm on the fence, Steve.
Okay,
There are times when it might be fun.
What if you go in and Link is sitting behind the bench?
I'd appreciate that.
There you go, right?
He's a very, his heart is true.
Heart is true.
Yeah.
So you'd have a fair hearing in that court.
So the bear stories keep coming. Earlier this month, a man in Altadena, California, found out that a 550-pound black bear had been living under his home for more than 2 weeks and wouldn't leave. Well, the California Department of Fish and Wildlife set up a large metal trap on the property. They sprayed it with cherry and caramel scents to lure the bear out. Good news is the trap worked. Bad news is they caught the wrong bear. A healthy 3 or 4-year-old male bear wandered into the trap instead of the squatter underneath the house. That bear...
They got Jimmy.
Yeah, that bear was released the next day to a nearby habitat. The bear under the home, nicknamed Yellow 2120 because of the tag on its ear, has been in the area for about 5 months. Wildlife officials say this is common behavior for bears that are looking for a warm place to den during the winter. But
under a house.
Yeah. He's hanging out.
Why not?
They got the wrong guy.
Big chubby bear with a furry little tail.
Research from Finance Buzz reveals the Christmas songs that annoy Americans the most. They use data from Google Trends and survey of 1,250 U.S. adults to create the list. And surprisingly, before I reveal?
The one that annoys the most.
What do you think?
I'll tell you one that annoys the F out of me, and maybe that'll translate, and it's one that's annoyed me forever, is Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer.
That's a novelty song. That did not make the top 10 on this list.
So if we're talking an established Christmas song that people hate.
Yeah, annoying. So, yeah, I guess that would be hate.
I'm having a tough time.
And it's surprising, Press?
It's surprising. It's extremely surprising.
Is it, in fact, White Christmas?
No, it's not. That's number 8 on this list, though.
Is it Rudolph?
It is not Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. That's not even in the top 10.
Simply Having a Wonderful Christmas Time.
That is number 9 on the list.
Is it Mariah Carey?
It is Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas, which is also one of the most loved Christmas songs.
Yeah.
So I think maybe by sheer overplay,
repetition,
that people find it to be enough. You know what I mean?
What happens? It's often used the bridge or the chorus or whatever it's referred to as. It's often used that snippet when they're tagging a Christmas.
All I want for Christmas is you. Yeah. So.
And it's also one of like the first ones you hear.
At the beginning of the season?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's number 1. Then you have the Chipmunk song.
Oh,
I love that one.
Yeah, the classic one. Christmas, Don't Be Late.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have Feliz Navidad from Jose Feliciano.
Which I love.
I don't find that annoying at all.
I find it, in fact, I just found a re-love of it this year.
That one could be an earworm. Like it gets stuck in your head.
Easily.
Yeah.
Easily.
And we don't know any other words except Feliz Navidad.
Prospero.
I know the whole thing.
Do you?
Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año y felicidad.
So there you go.
I want to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Hey. Then you have Holly Jolly Christmas at number 4. Burl Ives, the classic.
So that is what appears at the end of Rudolph.
I love that one.
Yeah.
Then we have, all right, so this is a specific, I guess it's covered by singers, a variety of singers. Baby, It's Cold Outside. I love that song. I know that it's
rapey.
It's rapey, supposedly. The guy's trying to talk her into one more drink. Come on,
It's
baby.
cold outside.
Oh, Jesus.
That's not Benadryl. That's just the eggnog.
Oh, my God. Could you imagine there needs to be a version of him singing that song?
It's cold. It's 71 outside.
Wow.
It is funny though because you're hearing because when I was putting up the lights, I heard a couple of different versions of it. And she's like, just another cigarette more. So they're talking about like, hey, let's just catch a butt real quick.
Smoking and drinking.
Just another tab of acid.
Number 6 is Deck the Halls.
Love it.
Number 7 is Happy Christmas, War is Over.
Oh, no, come on.
Oh.
Yeah, that is Avery's favorite song.
It's a beautiful song, except for the Yoko singing.
Yeah.
That's it. When it gets to the chorus, I'm like, she doesn't do the over the top screaming, but it's still. Yeah, it's just not a good voice, but it's a beautiful song. I still love it.
The first notes of that song will make you tear up. That part. That's her singing White Christmas.
I was wrong. It wasn't Avery's favorite song is the Band-Aid song. Is that?
No, different song.
Yeah.
So the Band-Aid song is Do They Know It's Christmas?
Yeah.
Number 8 is White Christmas, the ultimate classic.
Dude, that's my jam right there, man.
Number 9, as we said earlier, is Wonderful Christmas Time from Paul McCartney.
Well, you have some whopper Christmas classics in this list.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're right. It can't be on the quality of the song. It's got to be on the repetition level.
I think so.
But I mean, that's what this time of year is all about.
You know what used to be, though? It used to be that malls were the big perpetrator of burnout on Christmas music, but the mall culture has pretty much gone away now.
Right. Yeah.
So that used to be a thing when you go shopping, retail, and you'd go from store to store, you would hear all over the place.
Yeah.
So I don't know where people are hearing it most now. I don't really go shopping that much anymore. So I don't know that I'm being beaten down by the Christmas songs.
I noticed it at restaurants. Last night we were at Nifty 50s. And I mean, my favorite Christmas songs are Wham! I love The Waitresses, Christmas Rapping.
That's a great song.
The Kinks, Pierre introduced me to that song, which is really fun. But the other songs, like the classic ones, I think of them like Nickelback songs.
Okay.
Like you start singing along to it and you catch yourself, and if you're in the mood, you're like, yeah, this is a jam.
Right.
But otherwise, you might get a little mad at yourself, and you're like, damn it, why am I singing Christmas music
Oh my God,
right
I'm singing
now?
Nickelback right now. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Number 10 on this list is Do You Hear What I Hear?
Beautiful song.
Yeah,
and I don't get that because that is a beautiful song.
Those are all the standards right there.
Yeah, I mean, I thought there'd be a lot more quirky songs that I was unaware of, but no. So I'm gonna say it's repetition.
A man drove at excessive speeds to evade police officer after he was caught using a sex toy in the back of his car. Mehboob Mohammed
Well, there you go.
was initially spotted by witnesses in Glasgow's Castlemilk. So this was in Scotland.
How you liking that fleshlight?
Mohammed was found half naked with his phone propped up as he committed a sex act on himself.
How's it feel, McBoob?
He was reported to police who later found him in a state of panic. Mohammed went on to drive at excessive speeds, going on the wrong way, and went through a red light as officers pursued him. He pled guilty to public indecency. The court heard that witnesses' attention was drawn to Mohammed's Honda. He was noted to be in the back seat carrying out a sex act with a toy. One witness approached the car to see that Mohammed had no pants, socks, or shoes with his phone propped up as he was watching something. Mohammed said, "I'm waiting on a friend." And the witness replied, "Get out your car, you beastie bitch. I'm taking your picture of your registration."
Get out your car, you beastie bitch.
Yeah. Mohammed.
So he's listening to the Stone song.
Mohammed shouted "no" and put his pants back on and got into the front seat before he drove off.
So he was in the back seat of a stopped car.
Yeah.
All right. So not good, but not horrific.
He was just being a beastie bitch.
He was being a beastie bitch in the back. The typical McBoob beastie bitch thing.
Police were contacted and traced Mohammed in his car, who was profusely sweating. He continued to refuse to comply and drove towards officers who had to take evasive action. A police traffic stop eventually was carried out, and they got him, and he was arrested. I'll start with a nice story. A little dog named Chaco has been reunited with his family in Sacramento nearly 5 years after he disappeared. Chaco was found tied to a fence in Detroit, Michigan, more than 2,000 miles away from his home.
Wow.
And nearly 5 years since he had gone missing.
Does it mention what kind of dog, Preston?
No. He was microchipped And a rescue dog group flew him home after he was taken to a shelter.
I need to see a picture of this because when I was in Detroit just a month or so ago, I was driving down this highway and there was a dog on the side of the road, and I hope it was this dog. You know what I mean?
Choco?
Yeah, because I was, and I was just going
down, Choco, down, Choco.
I was
Sorry, it was a big snort.
Choco!
He's gone crazy. Kill him.
He's got foam in his mouth. He's rabid. Shoot him.
All right, we found a picture of him, Casey. Sam pulled him up on the monitor. Is this Choco? Or is that's the dog? That's not your Choco?
That's not my dog.
Okay.
Choco is adorable.
He is. All right, Choco's owners had nearly given up hope after they had thinking they'd never see him again. His owner said, "My heart is beating out of my chest. I'm extremely shocked." Oh my God, Choco, it's so good to see you. I love you. Come here.
He turned bad. He turned bad.
No, they said I called the number and he's like, yes, he is in Lincoln. They said, you're talking about Lincoln, California, right?
No,
they
the
said,
president.
They said, no, Lincoln, Michigan.
Oh, wow.
No one knows how Choco got to Michigan, but his family is just happy and grateful that he is back.
He probably joined a religious cult.
That's cool. All right, a woman in the UK was hospitalized after an ad on her...
Choco.
I keep thinking about Choco. All right, this is a wild story, but there's an unfortunate angle to it. But anyhow, a woman in the UK was hospitalized after an ad on her Samsung smart fridge made her think that she was having a psychotic episode. According to a Reddit post from her sibling, a woman who has schizophrenia, she saw a message on her refrigerator and it said, "We're sorry to upset you, Carol." And it was on a creepy yellow background. The woman's name is Carol, and she thought someone was trying to communicate through the appliance. My jaw actually hurts a little bit from those weird noises we were making a little while ago.
That sucks.
I get like this tingling in the top part of my jaw if I try.
Which one did it in? Which sound?
I don't know. I think I was trying to do the elephant thing. Like I said, it kind of hurts. If I push out that hard.
You're clamping down a little bit.
Yeah, so yay for me. Real quick, I want to mention a couple things. We got the MMR Big Friggin' Deal that is taking place until this weekend, and then it is over. And it's with our friends at Maurice Piers. You got to make sure you take advantage of this. You get one same-day ride and water park combo ticket for just $70, and that is unlimited rides on all 3 piers and access to both water parks for the entire day.
That is an amazing deal.
Yeah.
Go to WMMR.com/deals and you can get that.
I actually just went up to Maurice Piers on Saturday night. I was in the mood for some French fries, so we went up to Curly's. And walked around a little bit.
Love it.
Love that spot.
Nice. And real quick, a butt plug, if you will. The group in charge of this reached out, and they have Cars, Cops, and Coffee, which is taking place this Saturday. It's only 2 hours, 8:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. at Ron's Original Bar and Grill in Exton. And start yourself with a fresh cup of coffee from Turk's Head Coffee, and you can stroll through a lineup of classic and exotic cars, all on display and open to the public to enjoy classics to modern builds. There's something for everybody. You can bring the kids, very casual, friendly. It's designed for all ages. No tickets, no pressure, they said. Ron's Original Bar and Grill would be matching all donations collected in support of is it Euclid? Is that how you say that, Casey?
Yes, sir.
The Euclid Township Police Department.
Nice.
So that's going on this weekend. We have information, WMMR.com/events if you want to check it out. And the weather is going to be phenomenal on Saturday, so you can be a part of that coming up June 6th. Wanted to give that a little plug, Rooney. All right, it is time for the Bizarre File.
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
Brought to you by A.D. Moyer, trusted expert since 1939. A.D. Moyer Lumber is your professional source for decks, windows, doors, kitchens, millwork, and more. You can visit them on the web at admoyer.com. Well, I love this story out of Florida. A man is behind bars after deputies say he was found with his pants down outside of a Palm Coast Taco Bell, and he had a live fish in his backpack.
There you go.
Just before 1
That's the way I
a.m.,
go shopping.
employees reported a man behaving suspiciously near a side door of the Taco Bell. When deputies arrived, 28-year-old Brandon Irizarry was still outside the business with his pants dropped, or as the authorities said, with his chimichanga out. He quickly began covering himself when law enforcement approached. After his arrest, deputies say they discovered a live betta fish in a plastic container inside of his backpack.
So he's leaving the pet store?
The fish was later named Baja Blast and was turned over to the Flagler County Humane Society, where staff say it's doing well.
Flagler's where I saw my grandmother topless.
Oh, my God. The agency said, we have many questions. We do not have answers. But they said that the fish appears to be healthy.
I would love to encounter a taco that made me drop trow. It was so good.
Irizarry was booked for a count of indecent exposure in the incident. A United flight from Newark to Spain turned around Saturday night because a passenger's Bluetooth device. About an hour after takeoff, the crew kept telling everyone to shut off Bluetooth or the plane would head back. And it turned out a 16-year-old had a Bluetooth speaker named Bomb, which they obviously thought would be just fine with everyone. The teen reportedly admitted that it was his, and the flight returned to New Jersey. Emergency vehicles met the Boeing 767 at a far spot in the airport, and the engines were shut down. Passengers got off with their phones and passports, rode buses for about an hour, and then they went through security screening again. They received a $15 meal credit and finally got back on board at 2:30 a.m.
What a massive inconvenience.
Totally. All right, the one time that you'd hope never to encounter a spelling mistake is when you're getting your child's name etched on your person. Tattoos, like children, are for life. Unfortunately, one Swedish mother fell victim to an embarrassing typo after her tattooist misspelled her son's name, Kevin, as Kelvin. But rather than let it get her down and face an expensive, painful removal process, Johanna Sandstrom had an ingenious solution. She had her son's name legally changed to Kelvin.
Kelvin's not bad.
You not. Her heart stopped when she saw the error. She said, I thought I was going to faint. I said, I wanted the names of my children tattooed on me, and I gave the artist their names. The artist drew the design and didn't ask anything about the spelling, so I didn't give it any more thought.
This is my son, Regertz.
And it wasn't until later that she noticed the glaring mistake. She returned to the artist, who laughed and said that there wasn't anything that he could do apart from issue a refund.
It's good customer service.
After looking at tattoo removal, she and her husband came to the decision the smarter option would be to rename the boy, who was about 2 years old at the time. Oh, my God. I know, right? I mean, he said 2 years with the name.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Miss Sandstrom and her husband have grown to love Kelvin as it's unique. She explained that no one else has her son's name. Luckily, her son has also taken well to the new moniker. The family have welcomed their third child, Freya, and Miss Sandstrom is looking to go under the needle once more. However, this time she promises to be better prepared. She said, I'm going to write it down on a piece of paper and check it over 10,000 times. So I don't know if she had initially misspelled it herself.
Yeah.
And the artist simply wrote that, or he just messed up. So.
What are the odds that Freya was originally Frida?
Maybe it was, yeah. A group of men shocked onlookers as they emerged from a manhole in a busy New York street in an incident that sparked a police probe. 7 people were seen climbing out of the sewer system on Brooklyn's McDonald Avenue. The dramatic exit was caught on camera as it occurred at about 2 a.m. this past Friday. The men began stripping off their filthy clothes after they got out of the hole and then gathered near waiting cars. Some appeared to be carrying equipment and flashlights, while others seemed to be wearing boots and protective gear. Video circulating online appeared to show a person remaining near the manhole while the cover stayed closed, seemingly acting as a lookout. And the bizarre sight prompted New York City Police Department to visit the scene several hours later. It said investigators have been unable to determine how long the group spent inside the sewer network or why they entered it in the first place.
They said they found a stream of ectoplasm that made people angry.
Footage from the investigation showed an NYPD officer wearing a respirator mask and stained protective coveralls being assisted out of the manhole after apparently searching sections of the sewer below. Additional reports suggest the men may have been underground for close to 2 hours before resurfacing. Yeah, so
I don't like that.
Don't know what they were doing. The incident appears to be one of similar incidents across the borough, with witnesses reporting another group descending into a manhole in Williamsburg. So I don't know what's going on there, but they are investigating the incident, of course.
They're going chud hunting.
A man who caused mayhem at Manchester Airport during a 4-hour standoff with police said that he was protesting after being stopped from catching his flight because he peed himself. Passengers were forced to abandon taxis and walk to the departure hall, and surrounding roads became gridlocked during the incident.
I'm going to side with the airline on this one.
The drop-off and pickup areas were closed from lunchtime after it was reported that there was a man on the wrong side of the fencing on the upper level of the car lot at Terminal 2. Now it's emerged the man live-streamed part of the incident on social media. During the 11-minute-long clip, he can be heard saying that he was prevented from boarding a flight to Jamaica. He said, "My reason was because I peed myself." He says, "Literally, I got a taxi, I went to the toilet, pissed myself, so they didn't let me on the plane. So basically, now I've got Terminal 2 in gridlock, and I've done it out of principle."
Yes, he's standing on principle. If a man wants to piss himself, he should be allowed to.
As he paces backwards and forwards along the ledge, he could be seen talking to a police officer. He said, "It's 3 o'clock. I've been out here since I've been out. I've been on here since I got here, and now they guess that they're going to have to give me my money back for my flight, and I'm going to be arrested, but I don't give an F. It's the principle," he said.
He's the Norma Ray of incontinence.
It's understood the man had earlier been prevented from boarding his flight as airline staff felt he was drunk and it appeared to have peed himself.
Well, of course I'm drunk.
Police said that a man aged in his 40s was arrested on suspicion of causing a public nuisance. So
and you know what? I just pooped myself.
He doesn't explain why he peed himself. So
it was for principle.
All right, and there you go. That's what I have in the bizarre file for you this morning. All right, we'll take a quick break. We will come back in just a moment, so stay put.
She was she
has schizophrenia.
She knows about this. She sees this message and she thinks she's having an episode.
Exactly. So she spent 2 days in the hospital while doctors adjusted her medication. Her sibling later saw the same ad on Facebook and realized it was a promotion for Pluribus.
Yeah.
Oh my God, because Carol, yes.
Yeah. And
wow. When they told her, did it help?
Well, they adjusted her medication and they got her straightened out. So, but yeah, we have a picture of here. So this is on. You're schizophrenic. Your name is Carol, and you see this on your refrigerator. You know, you're going to think, "Oh my God, I'm lapsing back." You know,
you're going to. So, not to go off on the show Pluribus, but it's really there's a point later on in the first episode where somebody high in the government is giving an address, and you think he's going to address everything that's going on in the world, and he says, "We want you to calm down, Carol."
Okay.
And so that's the tone. Yeah, I'd freak out if I saw this.
So Samsung began showing ads on its smart fridges earlier this year, though owners can turn off the feature in the settings. So in Washington state, health officials warned residents that heavy rain and floodwaters could sweep rats into the sewer system and up into their toilets.
Awesome.
The Seattle and King County Public Health Department issued a warning in a Facebook post on Thursday. They said the heavy rain and floodwaters may sweep rodents into the sewer systems. If a rat visits your toilet, take a deep breath and follow these tips. And it added along with infographics outlining what to do if a rat appears in your toilet.
Hi.
The infographics instruct residents to stay calm, close the toilet lid, and flush. If the rat is still there, you should pour dish soap into the toilet and flush the toilet again until the rat is gone. So you just keep flushing until the rat is gone.
The notion of a rat making it up through the pipe that way is amazing.
It is.
Yeah, because that is a small hole, and rats are pretty big.
Yeah, well, so I'm assuming that the dish soap is so that they will slide easier through the pipes. The warning comes after Washington State faced a deluge of historic flooding this month, which caused extensive damage of roads and other infrastructure.
I'll just take a dump outside before I forget that.
Now you got rats coming up through your toilet.
Rat head poking up through the crapper.
I saw this article that it was a study that was done. These are Finnish researchers that found that Americans drop more F-bombs than any of their UK counterparts.
Oh, yeah.
Which is actually surprising, I think.
I think, are they fancying the C word now more?
Oh, it doesn't indicate that. It doesn't say which is preferred. This is mainly the F-bomb.
All right, yeah.
The C word in London has a different connotation.
Yeah.
It's not derogatory, right?
I think it is.
I thought over there-
I'm not going to. You're not going to see it pop up in Hallmark cards.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not.
I thought it was a
but
little more cheeky.
It's still. It's just not as abrasive, I think,
Okay.
over there as it is here.
As evil as it feels here.
Okay.
Like there's no going back.
Right.
When you drop the C
That
word.
one cut,
Got it.
you've made your opinion known.
Yes.
But you can say you F, and here it'll be yeah, okay, buddy.
Right.
But I mean, if it also depends on the way you launch it.
Right. But
it can be.
the C word here, I think, is a mic drop.
It's a tough one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough to come back to. I think it's fun to throw that one out when it counts.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
it it can cut Ryan.
But sometimes when flowers don't say enough.
So, Marissa, what I think you're thinking of, in Australia, the C word is kind of ubiquitous for friend. Like a lot of them will use that when it's one of your mates, they'll use that one in particular. So,
and the interesting thing about Australia in this article, and I'm glad you brought that up, Ryan, is Australians apparently are the most creative in their use of the F word. Okay, this is according to this published study that was done.
Yeah, we need to know this for the holidays.
They don't say it more than us, which I found surprising. I thought Australians would say the F word more than Americans did, but they don't, but they are more creative in their use. This study was conducted by scientists at the University of Eastern Finland, set out to investigate the uses of notorious expletives on social media and across different countries. So to accomplish this, they examined 7.8 billion words that were posted on social media from the U.S. and the UK and Australia between 2006 and 2023. So it's a good long study. They focused on the F word because it is the most frequently used obscenity and the most likely to ruffle feathers in polite company per the study. They found that U.S. citizens use the F word the most frequently, followed by Brits, and then lastly, Australians, contrary to the perception that Aussies are particularly foul-mouthed.
Yeah, which would be a perception that I have. I think the F word has been sort of muted a bit over the years, so you can be very casual with it, and it just becomes sort of a cast out, a sentence enhancer, Preston.
Yes,
to quote
like
SpongeBob. That's interesting. I would have thought completely the other way around, that the Aussies were much more aggressive.
So in their creative use, they were most creative with their spelling variants. They used 2,160 spelling variants of the word compared to 1,969 in the U.S. and 1,474 in the UK.
This I'm not following. What do they mean when they talk about a spelling variant? They're just spelling the F word differently?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's one, here are some of the iterations. One is spelled F-U-R-K-E-R-S or F-U-K-K-E-N or F-U-K-K-E-N-G. FARC, which actually is a great website that I go to regularly, and the Irish-derived F-E-C-K.
Right.
Which I definitely know that.
Yep.
Our buddy Murph uses that regularly.
So let me ask you, not that I suggest we test it out now, could we get away with saying the Irish iteration of the F-bomb?
I don't think so.
Why not? Why not?
Well,
go ahead.
No, I'm not going. But like, I'm just
I know
saying,
we
like,
can
why
say,
not?
we can Johnny dangerously do it. And
Fargan, yeah.
Fargan ice holes.
Fargan ice holes.
But like fac and fic, like, like fiction, you know.
Yeah, it's so dumb that we have to do the dance around this. But I mean, like, for example, my assumption is were you to say the Irish way, F-E-C-K, I assume it is, spelled in Ireland, you would get the same reaction, right? I mean, it would have to carry the same weight as, I'm trying to describe it without saying it accidentally. But yeah.
Do you ever remember dropping one in front of your parents and getting in trouble? You were different, Steve, because your dad didn't really care.
all the time,
Now, my dad said it too, but if I were to say it, different story.
I don't think my mother's ever said it in her life.
Yes, she has.
No, I don't think she has. But I have accidentally said it in front of her. My sister has accidentally said it in front of her. And when you do, it's like, and it's not like I'm going to get in trouble. It's more like, oh, I've disappointed you.
I don't.
Your first tooth.
Listen, I understand in certain company and saying in front of other people because it's considered a risque word, but I can't wrap my mind around why just saying a word.
I agree.
Is so, oh my God, I've done a terrible thing. You know what I mean? Why you're like your mom wouldn't say it by herself,
right?
And it would be she would just feel shame or something like that for saying it. It's just a word for crying.
I think
out
of
loud.
my buddy's mother-in-law who says it all the time, and she's my mom's age, and she drops an F-bomb like nobody's business.
Listen, if you've had it beaten, sometimes literally beaten into you over the years that you don't say words like that, and you say it. But that's part of the deal. I mean, there's certain words that still. I mean, there are racial words that are nuclear bombs that you can't say.
Yeah,
and you can't. It'd be hard to make the case for. It's just a word,
Sure. Yeah.
So,
absolutely.
So, and I do think in the broad scheme of things, they are just words. But there's certain. In polite society, you can't get away with
There's
it.
intention and meaning and what you have behind that word and how you're using it that can cause offense for sure.
Absolutely.
I definitely understand that. All right, this is a lot of fun. GameStop, the store, says that it accepted more than 80,000 items during this weekend's Trade Anything Day event. So it's a Trade Anything Day. So they shared images with IGN of the weirdest items that they accepted, including a bobcat, a goose, and a physical Netflix disc for the Nintendo Wii. The chain's big trade event was the latest publicity stunt from the company, this time designed to highlight its trade-in program that provides customers with store credit or cash for a range of home entertainment items. Now, normally, the range would not extend beyond entertainment items, but GameStop this past Saturday advertised it would provide some sort of credit for almost anything that customers cared to bring into them.
It's a smart move.
In a statement to IGN, GameStop ranked its more memorable trades from stores across the country as including items such as a tiny Jesus, a speed limit sign, Air Jordans, and tapes of Friends on VHS. And over social media, customers celebrated shifting various unwanted items in exchange for credit, including McDonald's Grinchmas socks and what looked like a replica of the United States Declaration of Independence. Another customer seemingly joked and claimed that they tried to trade in a live pet dog, which they said had been refused. But perhaps most bizarre of all, with a taxidermied goose and bobcat, both of which appeared to have been seen better days. Last week, GameStop hit headlines with another trade-in story as it paid out more than $30,000 for a rare Pokemon card. According to the retailer, the transaction was evidence its trade-in program offered fair value, though it simultaneously admitted the card had actually been worth at least $3,000 more. They said any trolls who publicly claim that GameStop trade-in values are bad are hereby factually and demonstrably incorrect. So they have a trade-in policy.
GameStop was on the precipice of going completely under, and I guess they fought their way back.
Yep, they're doing all right. A lineman in Cochise County had a brave encounter with wildlife last month. Video captured the moments after the bear climbed to the top of the utility pole, putting itself and the utility equipment in danger.
Hey, buddy.
The lineman for the county in a singing bear
is about to be eaten. Love this song. Does it take you back as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. You have any Seals and Croft?
Do we have any Seals and Croft? I don't know.
Probably.
Summer breeze gets me going. I love to eat human flesh to summer breeze.
The lineman in a lifted bucket is seen using a pole to try to leash the bear in order to get it down to safety.
Yeah.
With the bear fighting his attempts to help.
Summer breeze makes me feel fine. Electric workers all the time.
Eventually, the lineman was able to get the restraint around the bear's neck, and the bear was pulling his way back down the pole. Officials say the bear made it down the pole safely, though it did instantly try to go to another pole nearby.
Once you've had one pole.
Before running off into the distance. Bears have made multiple appearances in the areas of central and southern Arizona recently, including a bear that was seen at a grocery store not that long ago. One Virginia liquor store had an unusual patron this weekend. It was an inebriated raccoon found passed out in the bathroom. Wow. According to the Hanover County Animal Protection Shelter. All right, I believe for Preston and Steve Blood Drive coming up on the 19th. If you haven't gotten signed up yet, go to PrestonandSteve.com and do it. And not only do all donors get the new Preston and Steve shirt and the Winter Nation sunglasses that they're providing, but also Arnold's Family Fun Center. You get a little card.
I love that.
Free gameplay. It's right. Just walk around the other side of the building and you're at Arnold's.
The site of a number of Granny Grand Prix.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a great place. So sign up, come and join us. It's a full day thing, and we would love to have you be there. And I'm sure you'd love to save some lives. So it's our 21st event that we are doing with the Red Cross for
Love
this.
it.
All right, so I have stumbled across a series of stories that have to do with traveling all around.
Oh.
So yeah, we're gonna do the travel agent.
It's Preston Elliott, the travel agent.
Yes, and I'm sorry, Casey, I didn't prepare you for that.
No, you did, but I just misheard.
No matter where you're going, whatever your travel plan.
I know what I can play. Wait.
Just can't wait to get on the road again.
So, Travel Guard, a travel insurance company, surveyed over 1,000 U.S. travelers and hundreds more from 18 other countries to ask about trips that they had gone differently. Okay, so this is essentially these are U.S. travelers the most regretted destinations.
Yeah.
Destinations.
I want to hear this.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they would prefer to avoid this.
They regret the destination itself. They don't regret everything around it.
It's named as the most regrettable destinations for U.S. travelers.
There we go.
So a lot of them wish they could get a getaway do-over. The most common reason is something going wrong on the trip. So that doesn't necessarily mean the destination.
No. Okay.
Illness or cancellations. But not planning properly comes in second. You have to plan your summer vacation. And followed by feeling too stressed to enjoy the visit. Travelers in
your summer vacation.
Travelers in South Africa have the most travel regret. 98% report taking a trip they later wish they went differently. Okay. I think we've all taken a trip we wish would have gone a little
it's quite common,
differently.
but I think a lot of those African trips end up with you in the maw of a raging hippopotamus.
Maybe. The U.S. is right behind at 97%.
What do we do?
No, it's just people said that they wish that something had gone better, differently. Yeah. And then Mexico and then Brazil. But some destinations tend to be a bigger letdown than others, according to research.
We were just talking about the concept of returning to places that you have gone on vacation and about the comfort of knowing what you're returning to. I love it here. I love this particular park. I love the Grand Canyon. I love this tropical island.
Right.
And going for that reason, that you can just plug right in.
Absolutely. And I don't mind that at all. But do you guys have any where it's like, man, that I wouldn't go there again? That was a waste of time, or wasn't what I thought it was going to be?
Yeah,
I'm sure I have them. I just can't think of them right off the top of my head.
I've been pretty lucky. At least, again, I always default to making sure that I can get the best hotel I can get, so that when I get there, at least I have that.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think of a place that I left going, man, that sucked, and I have not had those.
Yeah, we went to Vermont. I love the state of Vermont, but we stayed on Lake Champlain. It was kind of a gross spot. I didn't like the house that we rented. The summer before that, we rented a house on Lake Winnipesaukee in New Hampshire. And we talked about it on the show. That house was rustic. That's a nice way to put it.
You mean
but I loved it.
Bed bugs.
It was a pretty gnarly house, but I actually loved that entire week. We were right on the lake. We had a little dock. Kids went swimming in the lake. The lake it's spring fed.
Yeah.
It's clean. It's crystal clear. I loved it. So even though the house was less than desirable, and I was going for that kind of feel when we ended up in, I think it was called Alburg, Vermont, which is, I think, where LeClaire's from. But the lake wasn't swimmable. It wasn't, even though the house...
you left that vacation saying this was not what I wanted.
No, man, no. I did not like it at all.
I have a few. One was when we went on a cruise and then we took an excursion to where they quote unquote filmed Predator.
Okay.
We just were in the forest somewhere.
My God. I know, to know Marissa is to know she never stops talking about Predator.
I mean, it's pretty cool, but we just got there and they just like dropped us off and they kind of left us. We almost missed the cruise ship back that day. That was pretty bad.
Oh, wow.
The other one, when Matt and I were on a road trip, we weren't really planning exactly where we were going. We were just kind of looking at nearby towns. And we ended up in Bangor, Maine.
Yeah.
And we got there late in the afternoon, so it's not like we were doing any of the sightseeing, any of the Stephen King things. We kind of like found a locals bar, and literally we asked, we're always like, hey, where can we eat late night? What can we do? And they looked and they're like, why are you guys here? Like, of all
Not
the
a good
towns.
sign.
Yeah, Bangor doesn't have much going on. I've been there, and I was there to see the Stephen King house, and I took a Stephen King tour, which was great from private, tour guide. But outside of that, there's not a lot going
Little
on.
Missy, there's a whole world out there. There's a place where they film Predator.
And it was expensive. We ended up staying at the casino there, and there was like a really expensive hotel room. We couldn't find just like a cheap motel to rest our heads.
They get you sometimes that way.
Yeah.
What about you?
Having the activity. I'm trying to.
You do a lot of. I think the difference is.
I do plan.
Knowing planning.
Yeah.
Planning your summer vacation. And so you have sort of a fail safe. I've never, and I do my due diligence in places that are, they may not have been the best weather, but I rarely leave a place saying that was totally underwhelming. There's, you know what? There's like when we went to St. Patrick's Day to do, this wasn't a vacation, but we were broadcasting from
Ireland?
Ireland, during hoof and mouth disease, and that was a letdown. And then we're told, hey, we're going to put you up in the hotel where George Bernard Shaw lived. Oh my God!
Yeah,
he lived in a dump.
Yeah, it was falling apart. But you use travel agent a lot, Rudy, right?
Yeah, Rudy's great. Yeah, and
that can help.
Yeah, it does
making
help.
sure that you've got the things that you need. So according to this survey, the number one most regretted destination in the U.S. is Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Which I find surprising. I guess it depends on what you're expecting when you go there.
So for me, Vegas is a 3-day, 4-day at most sort of thing.
Sure, yeah.
And then even that's pushing it.
Yeah.
And I've had times when I've gone, we're like, man, that Baloo.
Yeah.
But what you have to learn if you're really going to get some bang for your buck with Vegas, go out to Lake Havasu. Go out to the
Lake Mead.
Lake Mead. I mean, go out to the
Hoover
dam.
Dam.
Yeah.
The other thing about Vegas, if you were there like 10 or 20 years ago, it is much different now. You can't even walk along the strip. It takes like 40 minutes to walk from hotel to hotel or casino to casino. It's really long.
It is a long strip. It's not it's a great walking city.
Yeah.
No.
But
It used to be.
But there are loads of shows
Yes.
that you can go to. And obviously, if you want to gamble, that's there. There are shows, bars. Obviously, the Sphere is something new. If you play golf, that's there as well.
Yeah.
So
The suburbs are home to a lot of adult film
stars, of course, yeah.
Also, the airport is like right there in the middle of the city, which is really wild.
Do you know what's cool? One of the cool experiences when you get off the plane and then you're at the airport in Las Vegas. Slot machines. Sending you right there.
Right there.
All right, number 2 on this list is New York City. The thing about New York is that I found out in my travels, like the first couple times we went there, we're like, hey, we're just going to go to New York. We're just going to go to Manhattan. Don't have a plan. Got to have a plan.
You have to have a plan.
When you go to New York, you've got to have a plan.
Listen,
I think
it's
anyway.
a hell of a town.
Yeah, it is.
The Bronx is up and the battery's down. And then the most amazing thing is the people riding a hole in the ground.
I think that's what Vegas, it could be a problem too. You feel like you're going to go for a show and then we'll just figure out the rest of the trip. And then you're just lost.
I feel like New York City sucks ass if the weather is not great.
Sure.
That is certainly something. I mean, honestly, if you're going to go, but you're right, Preston. Know where you're going.
Yeah.
Get your addresses lined up.
It's too much, and you can't tell from visually. And this was before we had, access to just pick up your phone and find the best place to go. But you'd look at a place and go, I don't know if that place is any good or not. I have no freaking idea. It looks like a dump.
World's best cup of coffee.
Yeah, exactly.
Congratulations.
So number 3 on this list is Miami. Number 4 is Orlando, which I find surprising because there's like everything to do there.
If you're not an amusement park person, then you're SOL.
Yeah.
However, Miami is one of those places that is hit or miss. You know, it depends on you can go and find what you're looking for if you're looking for, you know, a real revved up party. But then you also have the other side of Miami, which is these out of control, super expensive condo buildings.
Can confirm Orlando outside of the parks, there is nothing to
really
do.
isn't.
There's like a few restaurants, not much else.
Do you know what I love? Have you guys ever gone to the peripheral parks that seem to thrive outside?
No, so I've seen a few of them because there's some large rides. And I'm like,
Yes.
what is that?
What is
part
that
of the
place?
Disney complex?
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's some other thing. I mean, I've gone to SeaWorld. That's the only thing outside of the Universal Disney realm. We did escape rooms while we were in Orlando, too, because it's my family's thing.
And downtown Disney, you've done.
Yeah, which I consider part of the Disney property.
Yeah.
I mean, you and I,
Or actually, it's called Disney Springs now, I think.
you and I played golf there. We had a good time doing that.
Yeah.
But
We saw Deadpool there.
yeah, we did. And you know what? No, actually, we went to a show that was outside. It was a pirate show. One of these theaters that, they serve dinner and the pirates fight and all that stuff.
Can you see that place from the main drag there?
Should be able to.
Yeah,
It was pretty cool.
I remember seeing something that looked like a pirate adventure.
What I have heard is you can find the same services that you find in Disney World, but for like half the cost. So there's the like bippity boppity, make yourself
Boutique.
up so boutique. Thank you, to look like a princess. You can go to Sephora and get the same makeover for
get
your
out.
young child and do that. Or like the merch that they have inside the park, you can find the similar stuff at Walmart or things like that.
I don't know. This list is sketchy because
I think it is.
Let me roll off the rest of these. All right. And then you have Cancun, Mexico City, London.
No.
London's awesome.
Wrong. It's terrific.
San Francisco. That's a great town.
Rice-A-Roni.
It's a treat.
Honolulu. Are you kidding me? Come on.
Hawaii?
And then Paris is number 10 on this
No.
list. You know what?
Nah, screw that.
Screw this list.
No, before you
What
throw
a
it out,
joke.
wipe your ass with that if you.
You know what? Yeah. Let me drop trowel, wipe my ass.
If you're on the
with this thing.
YouTube.
All right, I have another traveling story. So, is this more traveling music? Oh, yeah.
Planning your summer vacation.
On the road again.
All right, Southwest Airlines is easing part of its controversial customer of size policy by once again allowing gate agents to provide a free adjacent seat when one is available, rather than requiring all passengers who need extra space to buy a second ticket.
It's funny you're bringing this up because we have Lavell Crawford on, and I was watching an interview with him, and he was talking about his story. He was on a flight, and they had him leave the flight. And when he left, like, people were applauding, and he said that was sort of his, I need to do something about the weight. He was about 500 pounds at that time, and he was so embarrassed, which is not right.
Yeah.
But yeah, if someone, so what's the new policy?
So, if no neighboring seats are open, those passengers may be rebooked on a later flight, though Southwest still recommends purchasing an extra seat ahead of time and offers refunds when certain conditions are met. So essentially, if you get there, if there's enough room, you will not be charged for that second seat. But if it is a full flight, you're gonna need to take a different flight.
They have the new system for I forget what airline is doing it, where you can kind of buy the row if you want to sleep across the seats.
Wow, okay.
Have you seen? Now, I don't imagine you get any discount.
No, I wouldn't think so, because they want to get every penny out of every seat. By the way, the change in this policy reverses a stricter rule introduced earlier this year that was had been welcomed by both travel experts and size acceptance advocates, who says that it's a step in the right direction. Still, critics argue the policy can still be stressful for larger travelers because there's no guarantee of when they'll be accommodated if a flight is indeed full.
Yeah, it's a tough thing. Some people just by their genetics obviously have to deal with that, and and it's got to be expensive as F.
I saw this travel hack, and I don't know if it actually works or not. But all right, so when you are booking your flight, and the Southwest, that you can do assigned seats now, right? It's not okay. So if you want to guarantee that you don't get a middle seat, but the cheapest ticket you can buy, they kind of pick your seat for you. All right, so what you do is prior to going in and booking your flight, you go into that same site and you go and you find all the open middle seats and you click on those, okay? and that puts like a 15-minute hold on them. Okay, so then
you can do that in one shot.
You can do that, I guess you got to count, right? So let's say there's 20. You're okay. I'm going to buy 20 tickets,
right?
And then you click on all 20 of the middle seats. Then open another tab, go to book your flight, and then you book the cheapest one that you can find. Cheapest ticket you can find.
You're going to get an aisle or a window.
You'll get an aisle or a window seat.
It makes sense. You're hypothetically cashing all of those other seats as if they're on hold in somebody's cart.
Yes.
That'll be $51,000.
Yeah. And then you go back to the old one and you close out that original first window.
Somehow or another, I would accidentally be charged for 15 seats and then go through the nightmare of trying to get my money back.
And then the airline forces you to always sit in the wrong seat for the rest.
Yeah. All right, so they've reversed. They've changed that policy on Southwest Airlines. All right, here's another travel story for you. Which, by the way,
your summer vacation.
I am actively planning my summer vacation. Me and Parker and Carter are going to go on a trip together, and we literally have no idea where or what we want to do.
Are you scrambling at this point?
I put it out there. I'm like, guys, give me an idea.
Yeah.
City, nature, water, mountains. What do you want to do?
And what did you get a stare back?
I'm not really getting any feedback, so it's going to be up to. I'm thinking about. Now, you know me. I like to make the plans myself.
Mm-hmm. Listen,
I find it interesting.
Planning your
and fun.
summer vacation.
That's me. But I may have to call Rudy on this and get some help because it's becoming too much. I just can't figure it out. And I watch YouTube videos all the time of what to do while you're in this town. Here's some of the highlights. Just big thumbnails.
How much time? Are you taking like a full week or?
No, it's like four or 5 days.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
you know what? Yeah, I think you're going to. It does suck, though, especially when you're asking for feedback.
Mm-hmm.
I think I want to go to a cooler area. I'm thinking about a lake, maybe a lake house like you did on, what was it, Lake?
Winnipesaukee.
I don't know. I'm still figuring it out.
And you what was the place you stayed at? Mold Estates? What was the
Mold Manor?
Yeah, Black Mold Manor. Yeah.
All right, if you are planning a Yosemite trip this summer,
gorgeous.
Get ready for even bigger crowds as visitation numbers are already climbing compared to last year, with more than 225,000 people visiting in March alone. The busy season hasn't even hit either, since July typically brings more than 600,000 visitors to the park.
I wonder.
So this is why I've been hesitant on wanting to take my family to the big attractions, meaning Yosemite or the Grand Canyon. We've already done Yellowstone, but that was over a decade ago, and we did it at the right time. But I hear these horror stories about how crowded these parks are getting.
And the last thing you want to have is the absurdity of going to the great wide open and being surrounded by people.
Yeah.
Have you been to Yosemite?
Yeah.
It's
I've been a couple
gorgeous.
times. Yeah, it's amazing. My dad took me there. So, I've even thought about maybe Tahoe would be really cool.
Yeah.
But I feel bad going that Pierre invited me for all those years and I never went and he's passed and now I'm going to go,
Or do it in his honor. And you can see some of the places he loved.
Yeah.
If you did go out west, if you did do like Grand Canyon, Zion, Bryce, and stuff like that, you can, if you get there early enough, and especially if you
before the animals wake up.
Before the animals wake up, no. But if you get there early enough, I would recommend doing that because we hiked Angel's Landing in Zion, but we got there at like 7 a.m. There was nobody there. You know what I mean? Like, and
let
7
me
a.m.
introduce you to my kids.
I know, but you do it early, and 7 a.m. is 10 a.m. here. You know what I mean? Like,
Preston, what if you were to hand truck them out?
Well, yeah, that's a good point. 7 a.m. is 10 a.m. here. Maybe I could.
No, they're not going to buy that.
I know. But anyhow, adding to the expected congestion, Yosemite, along with Arches and Glacier National Parks, is no longer requiring timed entry reservations this summer, a move that some park advocates worry is going to lead to overwhelmed staff, strained ecosystems, and packed roads during peaked traveling months. So you can no longer set that time
Does
frame
Yosemite
aside.
still allow you to pick your seats?
Maybe they have that now. But I'm thinking maybe everybody needs to see the Grand Canyon at one point.
Oh, my God,
It's just beyond your scope of imagination until you actually see it for yourself.
And I don't care how dismissive you are of the notion. Who gets there and isn't overwhelmed with awe? You're awestruck.
Yeah.
Clark, don't you want to look at the Grand Canyon?
Yeah, that's great.
Yep. All right, let's go.
Jackie Bam Bam actually just sent me a picture today of us standing at the Grand Canyon. But the funny part is, like, hey, just saw that picture of you and me in the mountains. I was like, and then I was like, oh, send me the picture.
That's inverse mountains.
Yeah, that was not the mountains. But it is.
Did he, was it Jackie inquired as if the parts of that were man-made?
He asked if we dug that. And I'm like, no, this is made by God.
Nature.
The Colorado dug
Nature did it.
I thought I was going to be one of those unimpressed people. We took a helicopter ride from the Strip.
Yeah.
We were hungover.
Yeah.
It was really early. It's the only reason we got on it. But once we got there, I just kind of like walked off by myself. It was nice to take a helicopter and like land in it instead of having to travel to it.
Sure.
By car, but it was magnificent.
It's pretty amazing, right?
Yeah.
These are all, doable. Would they have any interest at all in a little bit of Vegas?
I don't know. I've thrown out the idea.
Yeah.
I'm like, we could. They have immersive attractions and things like that we could do. And
Vegas, there was a couple of great like working ranches out there that we went to. Claire and I went. There's a lot to see.
Yeah, most definitely.
Punk Rock Museum.
Cracker Carl's on there.
Oh, wow.
You gotta be kidding me. I haven't heard from him in a long, long time. Boxes of crackers. Hang on. All right, let's go to Carl. Hey, Carl. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you, sir?
We are good. Carl, you had some advice for me taking a trip with my boys?
Well, if you like woods and water and serenity, no cell phone, no electricity, no plumbing, Algonquin Provincial Park in Canada. It's 4,800 square miles of woods and water, and 4,800 square miles is bigger than the state of Connecticut.
Wow. So I have kicked around the idea of a Canadian lake thing. I don't know about going as far as no electricity, though.
Carl, have you ever been to bed?
No. This is all, you go by canoe from lake to lake to lake. We used to take the Boy Scouts every 2 years up to Canada, and we would do a 1 week trip. We would leave Reading, Pennsylvania on Sunday morning, and we would come back the following Sunday morning.
Carl, the question is that I think Preston's asking, you're saying there's absolutely no amenities, no electricity, no nothing.
You have campgrounds that you camp on, and you have bear boxes in the woods to do your
poopies
business.
Yeah.
And but you take in your food,
boxes of crackers and whatnot.
Everything out.
So listen, I think that may be a little austere for what you're. It's a great suggestion, Carl. I think
beautiful,
maybe something more like Banff. Right? Have you ever been to Banff?
I don't know. Like I say, we took Boy Scouts that were 13, 14 years old.
Carl, when you came back out, were you with the Boy Scouts?
We canoed. We rented our canoes and everything from an outfitter just outside the park, and we had a tremendous time. I've been there twice, and it's an experience.
It sounds good. Obviously it sounds very serene and tranquil and all of that as well. I think, Preston, you're looking for a little bit more, right?
Yeah, a little bit more than that as far as amenities go. But thank you, Carl.
Yeah.
No, it's definitely something I've considered up in Canada.
I didn't know Carl was associated with the Boy
Appreciate it, bud.
Scouts.
No, me neither. Hey, Press, your guys that you're going with here.
Yeah.
Are they active? Like, would they hike and do stuff like that?
Yeah.
Could they build a lean-to?
If necessary, out of electronic components
and
whatnot.
crackers.
Yes, and crackers.
Because the one thing that I did, and this is not, this is out, in the Southwest, but we stayed in Kanab, Utah, me and my cousin, and this guy from, and I can find the
What's your name, Sonny?
The company. This guy came to our hotel every day. We hopped in the truck with him, and we did Zion one day. We did Bryce. We did Grand Canyon. We did these dune buggy rides. And so if you're looking for like 4 or 5 days, and this guy Nick was his name. He took us everywhere. And
That's
we got
pretty
to do.
cool.
We got
All
to
I
do.
ask is that you wear pantyhose.
Yeah, but we didn't have to get up like super duper early, and I didn't mind wearing the pantyhose, Steve.
So,
Honestly.
No,
This
and that
is-
kind of beauty.
Was
Yeah.
this a comprehensive tour package?
Comprehensive,
Wow.
and we just this dude was just like every day, like he just came and picked us up, and he knows that area like the back of his hand. We were taking like all these back roads. At one point, we needed to get from wherever we were to Bryce. And he knew like the ranch people, right? So not the dressing, but actual like cattle ranch. And we like drove through this guy's ranch. He just like moved the gate or whatever. We just drove through this ranch, ended up at some alpine lake, went swimming in the lake for a little bit.
You're looking for blue cheese.
Yeah, but it was awesome. It was comprehensive. I feel like we got like the best bang for our buck. It wasn't overly expensive, and it wasn't too extensive either.
Well, I like that idea, but still put the call out again. We're going to officially put the call out for any suggestions. You're looking for something about 4 days with you and your sons, and admitting that they're probably not going to be crack of dawn guys, and they're probably not going to be fist fighting bears.
We're not going to be camping either. So, and by the way, the most expensive national park for campers is Grand Teton National Park. For a weekend there, it'll cost you $439 to camp.
Do you know why that is?
Pricing.
All of that stuff is fake.
All right, one last thing. I wanted to get this. We don't have much time. Why are we having biscuits?
That was Fat Finger Casey right there.
All right, is Lavell okay if we're a couple minutes late? You think? All right. So World Atlas has just come out with their picks for the most welcoming towns in the United States.
Oh, and I want to hear this.
They evaluated places across the country based on things like friendly locals, high community spirit, local institutions like staple neighborhood restaurants and special events. And they've narrowed down their list to a dozen where people are still incredibly friendly, courteous, and downright open.
When was the last time you went into a town and felt that welcome? I can tell you one.
Yeah?
Phoenixville.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Phoenixville. Yeah, not doing that. Yeah. Phoenixville with Mayor Pete and everyone there, very welcoming.
Yeah, exactly.
Is Philly on this list?
Philly is not. This is more small
okay.
towns. These are more towns, Marissa. So number one, we'll jump right to it. Number one is Bahaba, Maine. Number one, located along the Atlantic Ocean, the picturesque coastal town is known for its friendly and close-knit community. Has a charming main street filled with locally owned shops and dozens of fresh seafood eateries, plus the gateway entry for Acadia National Park. So me and Caleb stayed in Bar Harbor.
Loved it.
When Kay was 13, we went, we had a great time. It was a little off season, so there was nobody there, which was
I like that.
Wonderful.
I love that.
Yeah, and we really, really enjoyed that trip. It was a tad bit chilly. That was the only thing.
Let me ask you
But I
a
love that
question.
little town of Bahaba.
Is Mystic on the list? Mystic, Connecticut.
It is not, Steve, but that's one you would rank?
I would rank in that realm. You know, it has that sort of quaint. Listen, when they know that tourism is a big part of their income, they tend to be a little bit more pleasant.
All right, I'm going to rattle off these real quick. Stop me at one if you're interested. Bay St. Louis, Mississippi, Beaufort, South Carolina, Burlington, Vermont.
I've been.
Yeah, I love Burlington.
Okay.
So I didn't like the house that I stayed in Vermont.
That's right.
It had bed bugs and mold.
Yeah, all the places that I went to, and I would actually say just south of Burlington, a little spot called
South Burlington.
South of Burlington, Shelburne,
go.
Vermont.
It's
I
really good.
loved it.
Shelby. The downtown in Burlington is really cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Burlington, Vermont. Then you have Burton, Ohio, Downers Grove, Illinois, Angola, Indiana. Some of these could be right outside of big cities. I don't know. Fredericksburg, Texas. Number 9 is Gig Harbor, Washington.
Giggity, giggity, giggity.
The number 10 is Hamilton, New York.
Okay, I've been.
Number 11, Jackson, Wyoming. I've been there a couple times.
You're a big fan.
It's a cool little town, and the mountains are just
gorgeous,
amazing around you, the Tetons. And then Kewanee, Illinois.
It sounds like a Hawaiian town.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah. So these are the ones that were named. This is from Travel and Leisure as the most welcoming towns in the United States. So if you like a small town,
Derry,
Derry, lovely town.
Welcome.
Yeah. So anyhow, those are some suggestions for you if you're planning to get up maybe like a small town trip for your vacation. All right, that's all we have time for the travel agent this morning.
Planning your summer vacation.
Hopefully you glean some information from this.
On the road again.
And we'll do it again another time. All right, I do want to take a break because we have Lavell Crawford joining us. He's going to be at Helium Comedy Club, so we'll come back in a moment and we will spend a little time with him. Make sure you stay with us.
93.3 WMMR and Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia present the 21st annual I Bleed for Preston and Steve Blood Drive, Friday, June 19th. A full day of blood-giving goodness at the Greater Philadelphia Expo Center in Oaks.
Old owners get the newest Preston and Steve shirts.
And the satisfaction of knowing you made a difference for someone in their time of need.
We'll be broadcasting live all day, so make your plans now to donate, benefiting the American Red Cross.
Appointments are required, so secure your spot today at WMMR.com. The 21st annual I Bleed for Preston and Steve Blood Drive, sponsored by Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia. Voted Best Casino in Pennsylvania by Casino Player Magazine from 93.3 WMMR. Putting Philly first.
Authorities found the masked bandit collapsed in the bathroom of the Ashland ABC store Saturday morning, where the burglar had ransacked shelves and drank multiple types of alcohol. He is face down, passed out in the bathroom. Even a raccoon knows that the bathroom floor is the place to go to when you're bombed out of your mind.
It's my effects that are doing that, by the way.
I was hearing a weird noise.
Yeah.
So in a social media post, they said that the very intoxicated raccoon, they took him back to a shelter to sober up before releasing him back into the wild.
It was the whistle pig that did him in, Preston.
That's good stuff. A Facebook post said, after a few hours of sleep and zero signs of injury other than maybe a hangover and poor life choices, he was safely released back into the wild, hopefully having learned that breaking and entering is not the answer. The Hanover County Animal Protection and Shelter helps rescued animals if they are found in the wild. So they helped this guy out.
I mean, he looks like any human you've ever seen passed out on the floor.
And there are broken bottles all over the aisle of the liquor store. He was having a good time. Absolutely. Pierre Robert, super nice guy here, too.
Thank you.
How you
6
doing?
p.m. show. That's
6
pretty
p.m. show.
early.
It's a little bit on the earlier side. It's very doable. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
When I went to see Barry Manilow the other night, it was done at 10 o'clock.
Nice.
For a certain group of people, that is very nice.
You know, Preston's buddy Will, he goes and checks out live music all the time, and he has discovered these earlier shows.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have to go to a 9, 10 o'clock show. He can go see a show at 5 and be home by 8.
I that's insane to me.
Yeah, I don't know why
I
concerts have to start at like 8 o'clock. Why?
No. What you said.
He doesn't like the early
I don't
show.
like the early show.
Yeah, Pierre's
Going to a
an
show at 5
all-nighter.
o'clock is mad. It's chaos. When it's light outside, I don't want to go to a show if it's light outside. I want it to be dark, and then I want to go in and be darker when I come out, like the dark, filthy soul that I am.
That's true. That's
Feed
true.
into my dark, filthy soul.
I've got bars to attend and services to perform.
We're assuming Simonizing.
Yeah.
That's what he does.
Yeah.
Call me Simon.
Simon. All
My
right.
middle name, Pierre Simon Roberts.
Wow. Starting a new year, obviously, and today is and I've done this the past few years. It's a new me.
Is it a new you?
It's a new me.
What is the earmark of a new you right now?
Oh, losing 20 pounds.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Did you allow yourself the latitude to enjoy the holidays fully?
Very much
Okay.
so. Yeah,
Would that be represented with a large alcohol quotient, or was
quite
there
a bit.
cookies and baked goods
And ice cream.
Okay.
Yeah. But I took a couple days off.
All right.
But for the most part, I went full steam.
Yeah.
The entire time.
You
I
needed
said,
it.
screw it. I'm like, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Modeling days are over.
Yeah, exactly. So, but no, I'm getting right back to it. And one of the things that we have to deal with specifically, and a lot of people listening do, is getting your sleep back on track.
Yeah.
Because you allow yourself maybe little latitude, staying up a little later, getting up a little later.
What time are you getting up during the days off?
8.
Okay.
8:30. something like that.
So I do 6:30 or 7,
Mm-hmm.
but my natural internal clock, and I'd say statistically in any given year since we've been doing this show, I beat the alarm. I cancel the alarm before it goes off by about 5 minutes. So, and I try to keep it that way a little bit earlier so it's not as in your face when you change over to our real deal schedule. And it seems to work. We'll see how that is on Wednesday when it tends to hit you fully.
My goal during the break was to not get out of bed until after 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
After 9.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So do your dogs want you to get up before that?
Reggie had me up earlier yesterday, so I was up at about 8:45 yesterday.
So they sleep in as well.
Well, yeah. Reggie's just so funny because he literally will like blow in my face. He puts his nose up against my face and he goes like, and he like blows in my face. I'm like, it's not happening right now.
Can you push
buddy.
it down to your crotch?
Yeah, right. No, listen, there are other people in the house that
are taking care of this.
They're allowed to. They're allowed to let the dogs out.
But they don't. Oh, I hear you. Yeah. Oh, that's great.
All right, so I saw a couple of tips on how to get your sleep back on track after the holidays.
Yeah, this can be very valuable.
So this was I forgot, I don't know what the source is, but I saw these, and these are pretty good tips actually. So you need to refocus on your wind down routine. Most nights, you need to prepare your body to snooze because exhaustion won't do it. So some swear by, and I had never heard of this term before, dark showering. Have you heard of
Dark
this?
showering.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so it apparently helps the body relax.
With the lights off?
It's essentially taking a shower in the dark. Or with super low lighting. I'd never thought about that. Now we're morning shower people.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for the opposite effect. I'm looking for wake up, get going, let's get moving.
Yeah, I don't need that to be a sleep aid.
But this is apparently if you were on your way to go to bed.
Could you move your bed into the shower?
Maybe you could do that.
Listen, I don't take. I think you just said it. Showers for me are get up, let's get going.
Exactly.
Aha.
But I have heard that things like warm water, a warm shower, or warm bath, maybe an hour or so before you go to bed, does help you to some extent.
So that I have done as well, but I will do warm baths like in the afternoon, and I haven't taken a bath in years.
Warm bath in the afternoon.
Yeah.
It's kind of my shower routine. I'm like afternoon or evening showerer, and I like it dimly lit.
Do you not shower in the morning?
And sometimes,
Okay.
like 2 or 3 times a week,
All right.
but not every day in the morning. And I love it piping hot, like burn your skin off hot.
Right. So how about this dark showering? Could you imagine doing that with, I mean, you said you like it dimly lit, but how about like really dark?
I think I could do it really dark.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about dark shaving?
Ooh.
Yeah, that's smart.
I'm awake now. Ready to go.
I get the idea. It's sort of a spa type of vibe if you're just warm. But I I don't want to pass out in the shower and end up with a concussion.
So other things you can do to help relax the body are journaling.
Journaling,
no.
Or you can,
I'll be in the study journaling.
Or you can pick up one of the books you got.
Bring
for
my
Christmas.
chamomile tea in there.
Yeah. And then it also.
Do you journal? Have you ever journaled at all?
I tried.
Have you ever kept a diary?
So I tried. Not that long ago, I felt that I wanted to write Rochelle a letter.
Yeah.
I don't remember why. This is a few years ago, but it was important to me. Oh, dude.
My dearest wife, when you caught me spanking it in the light of my laptop,
dude.
I want to tell you I was thinking of you. Though I was looking at porn star Dorothy LeMay, I imagined
Oh
you.
my God, Dorothy LeMay. It's taboo, right? Yeah. All right. Anyway, no, I wanted to write her a letter, and my handwriting was way out of whack and needed to be brought back up to speed.
What is this gub?
And also. Just stringing words together. I don't write that often. I am not a writer. It's part of the reason why I don't really post on Instagram that much is because I struggle with the written word and conveying what I want to convey via the written word. So I wanted to practice at it.
It's funny you should bring it up.
So I started journaling, and then it went away after a month or so.
Well, I'm sorry to jump in there, but it's funny you should bring this up because I think you don't need to be a slave to, I completely understand what you're saying, but I see now more and more, if it's just flowing naturally, my dad journaled fastidiously throughout his life. And that later was translated into and I played some of the audio on air. He recorded about 8 hours of his journal throughout the life to give to his sons, to, my brothers and I, in the event of his passing. And it's the greatest gift, I think, it's just an amazing thing. But he had a flair for that. I like to think that I'm pretty good with that as well. But I see more and more people just sort of just writing the words the way they come out, and don't be constrained by it. Your feelings will come. Does that make any sense?
It does. Are you talking about it on social media?
Well, journal, your private journal.
Okay, yeah.
Because it's not, unless you have intent of publishing it, and then you'll get somebody to clean it up.
No, not at all.
But I mean,
but I will hand wring over social media because people are so kind.
Oh, by the way, and I'm pretty good with this, and I'll be. I just wrote, I went to the store EYE. Because I'm just so distracted. And you feel like, now I look like a complete moron.
Yeah, but those comments help your algorithm, Steve.
Oh, yeah.
No, I did see a suggestion of journaling and writing things with the staunch idea that, you never need to go back and reread it. Just let it out. Kind of can be practiced.
Yeah.
It's kind of what you're saying, Steve.
Just let your
write.
feelings end up on the page and grammar be damned.
The act of doing it is supposedly cathartic.
It's like spanking it.
It's like that. Just the act alone.
Worry. Act as if, what does they say? Dance as if no one is looking.
Spank
it as if no one is looking.
All right, you can also start a gentle pre-bed exercise.
I do. I fart.
It says, you don't want any strenuous workouts to get the blood pumping right before bed, as that rush can make it harder to drift off. Lighter physical activity can be calming.
I do 200 burpees.
Yoga and Tai Chi are linked to better sleep as they help lower the heart rate and can erase racing minds.
Would you do to me, that's not something I would do. Would you do like a transcendental meditation thing or a meditation?
But I have done, and I got into a pretty good habit of it, and it's part of one of the things I'm going to start doing again is just 10 minutes before bed is just stretch.
Yeah.
It's just do a full body.
Right.
I'm not spending a lot of time stretching, but I make sure that I do pretty much all of the major muscle groups and just do a stretch before going to bed, and that's something I want to get back to doing. That does help me drift off. That was it. Wait, I can't get. My ankle is behind my head now. Way better. Oh. All right, and then they suggest that you gradually adjust your bedtime, because it says suddenly forcing yourself back to that bedtime may leave your body clock a little bit weirded out. So instead, they recommend heading to bed 20 minutes earlier every night to slowly get back to your usual bedtime if you have drifted like a few hours.
I see. Yeah, that's why I sort of keep it somewhat linear to my during the vacation for us is the night before, as opposed to how late you can stay up, as opposed to the day of the vacation or the day off.
Yeah, I'm not obviously with these hours. I'm not a late night person at all anymore. But New Year's Eve we did stay up till about 2, and that's like way crazy late for me. All right, thank you very much, Marissa. Our next guest is going to be in town, like I said, this weekend, Friday through Sunday. Some of the shows are selling out. All right, so you will want to get these now. You can go to heliumcomedy.com, and we've had him on before, and we're happy to have him back again. Please welcome Lavell Crawford.
Hey! How you doing?
Nice. We're doing well, Lavell. How about you, sir?
I'm good. You said some of the show. I said, wish they were all sold out.
We're working on it, man. Getting the word out for you as best as we can.
Thank you, man.
Lavell, we've to bring those up to speed who maybe not are familiar with your name. You've been on some very successful shows, including Breaking Bad, Huel. We were talking off air about how your character would fall asleep with his eyes open, which is hilarious. But Happy Gilmore too. You popped up in that, man. That was really cool to see.
That was my 5th movie with my man Adam. Man. It's been a great time. That was a great movie. Filmed it right there in Philly, right up the street from you guys, man. So it was real fun.
It's great when you can.
New Jersey.
Yeah. General area, we consider it all the same. But the Adam Sandler camp, man, the people that he is, he's just really loyal. He has a collective of talented people, obviously you included. But his loyalty is like legendary in the business.
Hey man, I'm just glad to be in the group, man. I don't care where I fit in, man, but it's good to be a part of it. He still loved and respected.
Was he a fan of yours? Had he seen you perform, and is that what set it in motion?
Actually, I hope he was. You know, but he had seen me on a lot of YouTube clips.
Yeah,
and that's how he got me on Ridiculous Sixes. One of his co-producers and friends, Al Colbert, and he had called for me because they had watched my set on there, and they knew of my comedy, and then I think Chris Rock gave him a seal of approval on me and everything. So, they all good friends. So I guess it just, brought me in, and we been friends ever since. His wife a big fan of mine, man. She loved me since Hubie Halloween, man. So
Yeah.
So it's a lot of fun. He's a good dude, man. I mean, you think the guy you see on the movies is the same guy you see off the movies.
I love that.
I love that stuff. It seems like everybody from Kevin James to Rob Schneider or whoever's involved, David Spade, you said Chris Rock. It seems like the movies are fun, but it seems like being on set with those dudes has to be fun as well.
Well, it's fun, but it's also like, wow, because like Happy Gilmore, man, that was probably, Adam do some big budget films, man. He be on Netflix, but they spend money, man, because, when you see Happy Gilmore, all the explosions, the souped up golf carts and stuff, and then all the celebrities, man, he had people from the lady from Modern Family on there who was his girlfriend back in the day, but she's a big star now. He had Boban on there. Reggie Bush, Eminem popped up. So you're thinking like, man, star-studded, baby.
So you were carrying on the. Did you ever met Carl Weathers in your?
No, I never met him, man. And it's so funny. I said, but I always tell this story, man. It's kind of like a chain of events, man, because I never met Carl Weathers, but I was up for the role of Creed in in the movie Creed, and I think I would have got it, man, if it wasn't for the gray hair and the lack of six pack in the belly.
You were close, though. You were close.
I was almost his son in there too.
Lavell, we had a chance to meet him. We had him in our studio, and Steve and I were like little kids.
Yeah.
We just could not believe that man was standing there in front of us, and he looked fantastic, man.
He still looked good, still in shape.
Yeah, most
still in
definitely.
shape. But Apollo Creed, man, he was the man. You couldn't think of a guy. I always think of Action Jackson, man.
Yeah. Oh my God, I loved Action Jackson. Action Jackson fell in that time when you had when cable was movies at home on demand was first happening, or VHS tapes, and thing was popping up all the time.
And then, think about it, he was in the first, the launching pad Predator.
Yeah.
He was one of the most prolific predators ever. I don't care about any other predators. That one was scary right off the bat.
We asked him. We asked him if he got to keep his prosthetic arm, the fake arm that they he didn't get a chance to keep that. So, but
he lost an arm and a hand in most of his movies.
You're right.
Did you know? Obviously you come from stand-up and comedy, but did you know that you had the acting capabilities? Was it you just went out on a limb? Was that always part of the master plan?
Oh, yeah, man. I always been a good actor. I always trying to get myself out of trouble with my mom. I always came up with elaborate stories. I'm always acting. I'm trying to get out of traffic tickets, man. I'm always put on a roll, trying to get in the girls' panties. You know how it is.
Yeah,
acting has always been a part of my life.
Wow.
Yeah, but you're really good. And I wanted to ask, because I totally forgot about this, but you were in that short-lived series, sadly, with Robin Williams, the Crazy Ones, and Sarah Michelle Gellar, and you appeared on that. And that was towards, he's going through that Lewy body dementia stuff. When you were on set with him, what was it like? What was could you see any of that, or was he the classic Robin Williams that we knew?
It was classic Robin Williams, man. It was like, whatever the dementia was, I didn't see it because we were talking Breaking Bad, because he was a fan too. And he was it was crazy to be around Morgan from Ork, man, Miss Doubtfire, man, I grew up as a kid watching him, so it was just like, oh my God. And I'm sitting up here breaking bread with this guy, and also Buffy the Vampire Killer. I was always a fan of hers.
Yeah.
So in that frame of mind, no, he was always he was just normal, man. And it was a hell of an episode because we had all the Victoria's Secret models on there, so that was pretty good.
Yeah.
It's funny, Lavell, I don't think when I think about Robin Williams and people of that level of fame, I don't think about them watching TV shows.
I know.
You know what I mean?
That they would have time.
Yeah. And the fact that he was watching a show that you were on, that must have been you must have been pretty happy to hear that.
Well, it's an honor, but you think about, actors, big time actors like that, they don't really have an outside life, where you really can go without being harassed unless they go to private things. So, so they do watch a lot of TV. I just had the opportunity to meet Eddie Murphy for the second time, and he watched a lot of my stuff on YouTube and stuff. So it was like crazy, like, wow, like, it's amazing. But, you think I watch it, they watch it,
Yeah.
But you're also an aggressive. Your touring schedule's pretty oppressive. You're out a lot. Working it. How many days are you on an average year recently? How many gigs are you doing a year?
375 Well, I got a kid. He's hopefully gonna go to school if he get his work ethic together, and plus he got braces, got to take care of the home. And then when you're a comedian, like I tell people, man, when it's popping for you, you keep hustling. You don't turn it down because it can dry up real quick.
Yeah. We were talking earlier about, and Preston had a story about the airlines and the extra seat.
Southwest Airlines.
Southwest Airlines.
They've rolled back their policy. It was that if you got on, if you were a certain size, you had to buy 2 seats no matter what. Right. But now they've got it back where if there's a seat available, you'll be able to use 2 seats next to each
and
other.
you dropped a lot of weight yourself, and I remember you. And I was watching some of your interviews, and you were talking about an incident that kind of that was kind of your I'm done with this. Call. Yeah.
Well, it's rough when you're trying to get home. I wasn't up for 5 hours. I was in Chicago. I had to go to St. Louis, but they kicked me off the plane, man. And it was embarrassing, man, walking down the aisle. And I thought I would get some sympathy. I'm just trying to get home.
Yeah.
But they shut the door behind me, and I heard the people in the background applauding.
Oh, man. That sucks.
Thank God we barely can breathe on there.
Oh, no.
Did they try to work with you at all?
We can get some honey roasted nuts to ourselves.
Dude.
Did they show any sympathy at all?
Well, yeah, they put me on American airline. I got on first class, so I did get. They felt bad because I wasn't being a butthole.
Okay.
Sometimes you gotta just let God exalt you, man. Sometimes you can't if you act a fool, this is an outrage, rah, 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 you know. And they were like, well, sir, we want to give you a Greyhound bus ticket. You should be home by July, you know. So,
how often do you get back to St. Louis?
I was just there. Who was I there? I went home. My home church. One of the new pastors at our church wanted me to do his anniversary, so I did a comedy show for him. I'll be doing some gospel shows, so and I did a show for him, But I had a great moment before that. I got nominated. I got put into my high school Hall of Fame.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
What? I'm originally from St. Louis. What high school did you go to?
Pattonville.
You went to Pattonville. All right, yeah. My sister had a bunch of friends from Pattonville back in the day.
Where'd you go?
I went Parkway Central.
Parkway Central.
You guys graduated the same year.
Oh,
you guys are the same age.
86? You graduate?
Yeah, 86, yeah.
Party hardy, rock and bowl, drink party, smoke a bowl, sex is great and beer is bitch because we're the class of 86. That's what we used to say anyway. Back in the day.
That was a good time, man. All the good music, everything was new then, man. So I love that.
I'm happy that I grew up in the 1980s. I don't know about you, Lavell.
I miss it.
Yeah.
I miss it, man, because things were just basic. You know what I'm saying? The American dream was still a dream, and it was still something that you want to do. You could believe in stuff, man. You could believe that you could fly and all that stuff, man, and hang out and party. And it wasn't no crazy drugs. It wasn't no. You had some gang violence, but it was just fighting. Right. Getting dirty. It wasn't stuff like now. It was a good time. I really enjoyed it.
Where would you go for Preston? You mentioned occasionally the Ozarks. Where would you go?
Lake of the Ozarks. If I knew, back in the day, I didn't know somebody when I was in high school. I never went to Lake of the Ozarks, but that was in my 20s. But I don't know what were you running around doing?
Oh man, I was running through St. Louis City with a Ford Pinto, going down to Six Flags, going downtown, man. Yeah. I was everywhere. I was everywhere, man.
Driving through Forest Park and the Loop and all that.
Whenever I could, if my car started, I was there.
But Six Flags, man, I lived going out to Eureka, Six Flags all the time.
You talking about Six Flags? I remember me, my sister. And we went to Six Flags. I took me and my sister, my babysitter, we all went down. It was something. I had one of my buddies with me. So we down there, and everybody from my neighborhood, they decided they going down there. That's when they first got Ranger, whatever it is, the Ranger River or whatever.
Yeah.
And all this stuff down there. And they was like, man, we want to stay, man. We want to stay. They don't close till like midnight. I said, we want to stay. They said, Lavell got a car. Lavell got a car. Everybody thought Lavell got a car. So I was like, yeah, come on. I'm acting like I got a SUV. I got a Ford Pinto, and I rode 15 kids deep in a Ford Pinto, booty cheeks and legs. We hanging out the window all the way back to St. Louis from down there, almost to Santa Clara, Missouri.
How long a trip is that?
I was like an hour.
About 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah.
And I just thank God we nothing happened because we would have got rid of pretty much about a third of the Negro population.
Oh man, I remember the same thing. We crammed like 7 people into.
What were you driving?
I was driving like a Dodge Daytona or something like that. Yeah. We had like 7 or 8 people in that thing one time. I'm like, we are gonna die, man.
He was a rich kid. He got a Daytona. That's a nice car. Yeah.
So you were
sitting in a. Huh?
Yeah, I was just saying you're a single mom. You had what? You have 3 siblings. You have sisters and a brother, or how does it shake out?
Yeah, I'm a single mom. I had a single mom. My mom back in the day, she was a really pretty lady, so it's like, you had battles with some of the kids, and
really,
'cause your mom good looking and everything. So I had to kick her. Then I had two sisters that wasn't that bad, easy on the eyes too. So they was younger than me, but I had to, I got beat up a lot, man. But I fought a lot, man. But it was kind of rough. But it was cool. My mom.
I had the same story. My mother she won like a local beauty contest when she was pregnant with my brother. She was very attractive. When I would go out with my mom, people would report back to the girlfriend that I had at the time that I was cheating on her, and it was my mother looked was that scenario. So I can get. Were you protective of her and your sisters because of them getting all that attention?
Well, yeah, I just had to make sure, I was very protective. Yeah, I was. I ain't even gonna lie. I was a one-man army, man, and that's why, I was a little crazy because I hunted and fished. So a lot of the one of my sister's boyfriends found out. Yeah, he dealing with a doomsday prepper. So I ain't gonna tell the full story because the kids still can incriminate me. But he left my sister on the side of the road because she wouldn't go to a hotel with him. So she left on the side of the road. So I went and did my little, kidnapping deal, put a bag over his head, threw him in my trunk, and took him out to the woods.
Oh my God!
Oh, that is great. You went to
see the powerful thing about brothers. A lot of us don't hunt. I'm a hunter, so I know all the woods. And he ain't never been in the woods, so I could have took him to the park, and he thought he was in the jungle.
That's great. That's great.
That's crazy,
yeah. So and I was reading that you met your actual father when you were 50?
About 49. Yeah. Actually, I did. Yeah, it was a crazy thing of events because the guy who I thought was our father, we had just got reunited because of my grandfather passing, and so we went to the funeral, everything, and lo and behold, I hadn't seen the guy who I thought was my father, where my name come after Crawford, and since I was a little kid, and it was a bad interaction because he looked at me. I was 12 years old, thinking, "Wow, I get to see my dad," and he just drove off, didn't even say nothing to me. So, he was a butthole, man. And when I seen him then, he seen me grown, and I had a lot of mixed feelings with him, but I kind of let it go, and we kind of had a relationship, but then he started flaking on us and everything. And I snapped like, man, I wanted you to meet my son and all this stuff. And all of a sudden now you're going to this old cloak and dagger crap, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, I sent this all in a text message, because I tried to call him, he wouldn't call me back. And I said, we never needed you. We don't need you now. I said, I've been more of a father to my sister than you ever was because I paid for both my sister's weddings. I said, we don't need you. As you know, we don't need you. Yeah. So hell with you. And then he comes back and says, let me tell you something, young man. I want to tell you the truth. I said, you may not believe this, but I'm not your father. He just broke it down. And it pierced me like, I said, you gonna be a jerk like that and say some stuff like that? But then, I said, man, don't lie on my mother. I said, you been my father all this time, and it don't matter to me. I don't want you to be my father anyway. I said, but you want to prove it to me that you ain't my father. I said, all these years here, because it'll make me happy that you're not my father. So we did a DNA test, because I wanted to come to town, and he didn't want to see me in town, because, I outweighed him and everything. I could have whooped his ass, Yeah. So we did it through the swab, and it could have been a movie, man. It could have been a movie, man, because it was so crazy. Because I didn't tell my mom about it, and then we was in California. My mom was across the table from me at the IHOP, and I get the results, and the lady called, said, I'm calling from such and such fraternity, blah, 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 and I got your results, and I was like, Okay, and I turned it off speakerphone because I didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
And they said, as far as the DNA test for Lavell Crawford is 0.000000000%.
Wow.
Not your father.
Not
and
your
I was
father.
like, no, nothing, you know. And it was crazy because if I look back, his mother, then who was my grandmother, they treated me different and everything. But then I had a friend at the time who was a private investigator. I talked about it on the podcast. This young lady found some information on Truth Finder. He took what he got from her, and they found him.
Wow!
And I thought he was in Israel somewhere.
Yeah.
He was in St. Louis all that time. I said, you've been in my hometown all that time, and that's why I said, man, this guy is the ultimate champion of hide and go seek. I couldn't find him. But then when I wrote him a letter and everything because I didn't know what the story was.
Yeah.
And the dude, Daryl, he said, I'm gonna let your mom tell you about him, blah blah blah. So I sent him a letter, and he called me. And he was so excited to talk to me. He embraced me, and this was before he even knew I was a comedian and all that.
Yeah, I was wondering.
He said, he was like, man, I it's an honor to meet you. And he had two other sons, and it was crazy because he had two other sons, and they lived right around the corner from me. He was an ex-police. He was an ex-police chief. He was an ex-police chief. Right across the street from where my grandfather lived, where I was living at the time in Pagedale. He was an ex-police chief, and he had two sons that lived right up the street from me, and they didn't even know they was brothers. They thought they were just real close friends. So he popping kids off all around his beat where he was.
Oh,
and then I found I got a half Chinese sister who he was living in San Francisco. I got a half Chinese sister. She lives in Las Vegas right now. And hopefully I get to meet her. I hope I get to meet all of them. I talk to my brothers every once in a while, but I never talk to her.
Wow.
And he's an interesting guy. He worked for Kamala Harris. He done a lot of things. He was a judo master, which I take jiu-jitsu. It's crazy. But we meet from time to time, and then when I took a picture with him, I mean, we got the same ears, we got the same kind of distinctive voice. It's crazy, man. And I was like, man, yeah, he is my dad.
That is crazy.
I ain't got to do with DNA.
Yeah, well, at least it's crazy. I mean, good that at least you were able to kind of reconnect, but that can do some formative damage on your psyche if you're dealing with all that. You feel you've processed it? Is there still a little bit that you keep that twists you up a little bit, or did you let go of it all?
Well, I think anything psychological, if you let it control you, and I think when I'm down a little bit, I'll think about like, man, why, blah, blah, blah. But
yeah.
I mean, man, I didn't turn my life from a little chunky kid, getting razzed on the bus to getting bullied to learning how to fight to, trying everything in the world to being able to travel all over the world, being all through Saudi Arabia and all over the place, nominated for Grammys, being on the sets with superstar movie stars. I mean, how could I sit up here and have a problem, because as long as he didn't wear a condom that night, I was able to have a life today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I watched the Michael Jackson movie, that trying to in that same curve, how they keep on going back like Joe was, this monster. But I said, but look at you, man. You the biggest thing ever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Michael's the biggest thing ever. I mean, people would, give up everything for him. So Joe was the jerk, but I mean, without that jerk, you wouldn't have never been who you are.
Yeah, it's sad to say it sometimes, but sometimes that weird stuff. Look at the abusive father that the Beach Boys had. You know.
Yeah, I didn't even know that about the Beach Boys. He was abusive.
But it's not a commercial for, hey, abuse your kids and they might be superstars.
I don't know. Joe Jackson, his belt should have been put in the Smithsonian.
Oh my God.
That belt got 10 or 15 Grammys attached to it. I mean, but look, this is the thing. Yeah. You know, we always want to, you know, when you coddle kids, they spoil. They don't realize that, hey man, as nice as I am, the world do not give a crap about you. Yeah. And it will show you one way or another. And the thing about, we all know a piece of coal don't turn into a diamond without pressure. Yeah. So you have to have pressure to become the shining star that you are. And you know, and you don't want to beat your kids, but you want them to know that this world is tough. I mean, you think about, we the only one, human beings the only one that we give birth to our kids in a hospital with a doctor and a nurse, and you got milk and everything. But if you was a zebra and you born out there in the Serengeti, your mom pooped you out, and you got 10 seconds to get up and run while you're dinner time.
That's different animal.
That's a good way to look at it. Yeah.
Wow,
yeah.
man.
Just celebrate the fact you're not a zebra and come see your show.
Yes, definitely.
Yes.
The former piece of coal, now a diamond, Lavell Crawford.
Yeah.
All right, well, Lavell, we hope you have a great time while you're in Philly. It's good to catch up with you, and we'll make sure people are aware that the shows are coming up this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday as well. So you can go to heliumcomedy.com and get those tickets. We wish you safe travels, man. Have a great time while we're here, and we'll catch up with you soon, okay?
Thank you, man. Thank you for letting me know. I appreciate it.
All right, you got it. Lavell Crawford, gang, right here on the program.
Such a nice guy.
He is. We're going to take a quick break. We'll get back, and we got some B-File stories to share with you. 45 to go to work. So then it kind of, after we did that, the last few days have tweaked me, and I've been staying up late every night until at least midnight. So last night I had to force myself to get my ass into bed.
I tried, like I said, okay, I'm gonna make sure that I'm asleep by. I usually am asleep by 11, which is still not enough sleep, but it's the way my schedule goes. I ended up watching that Screamboat horror movie.
Screamboat Willie.
Screamboat. So because I couldn't get to sleep, the worst thing to do, the hardest thing to do. Force yourself to go to sleep. I'm going to go to sleep now. It just doesn't work.
It's tough to do. Yeah. But and like I told you at the beginning of the show this morning, I'm like, today, got up, no problem. Yeah. Tomorrow, probably no problem. Wednesday, forget it. It's always, there's like a 2-day thing, and then a crash is going to hit.
Consider that a taper's alert.
Yeah, totally.
You're going to want to record Wednesday show.
Yeah, I guarantee you I will be out of it. So, but listen, a lot of people are having to deal with kind of getting back. If you were lucky enough to have some time off at the end of the year, some people don't get any time off.
When I think of the way my schedule was when I was doing stand-up, I was often getting home at the time I wake up now.
I bet.
Yeah. It's just insane to think that was my life years ago.
I know.
And now that's completely alien to me.
God, I remember when I was first approached at doing morning radio, I said, no way.
No.
I said, you are out of your mind. There's no way I want to get up that early in the morning.
It was not uncommon for me, Casey, you talk about the way you do things now, to put on a movie I really wanted to see at 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And sit there and watch it till 2:30, 3 o'clock, because that was the way I was wired, you know?
Yep.
This is crazy.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
All right, here's another thing to keep in mind as we move into the new year and after, everything that that you've gone through over the past year, kind of reassessing, not just getting some sleep or getting exercise and so on, but this is a good time to assess like decluttering things.
Oh.
We did replace the smoke detectors.
Yes, we did that
because they recommend either do that on a holiday or daylight savings time.
I just disconnected them because they're so annoying.
Oh my God, always chirping. Yeah.
But another thing is decluttering, and I have a couple of tips here in a second.
I had this gigantic pile of clean laundry in the corner of my room that just for some reason, honestly, like, because I hang up my T-shirts, right? And so I would just kind of like, just when and they were mainly, I would say 90% of it was T-shirts.
So you consider hanging up, throwing them in a pile?
No, well, instead of hanging them up, I would just kind of like put them on top of the pile.
See.
And so essentially for the last couple of months, I had just basically been living off of like two
piles.
No, 2 laundry baskets. So like whenever that laundry basket would get full, then I would like clean them. And then, so I was living off of the same clothes for, a couple of months. And then finally I went and I spent a few hours just kind of organizing everything. And then, and
is there a greater feeling in the world?
Dude.
I mean, listen,
just
I know.
Looking at it like.
And people may mock and they say, it just sounds like, it's like, what does your life become? When you lift those things that are just hanging over you, like, God, I got to get that closet done. I know it sounds stupid, but unless, like, the pride of a well-organized garage, it means something.
Well, that's next on my list.
Yeah.
Dude, a happiness is clean socks and underwear.
Clean socks and underwear.
When my underwear and sock drawers are full, I'm like...
And you don't get it. But let me tell you this. The members of Godsmack, their sock drawers are completely organized.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. All right, so here's some things. This is likely things in your home that you could toss out or donate without a second thought. And if you find these things in your home, it's pretty safe to say goodbye to them. So here are the recommended things. And I think this is a good idea. Number 1, holiday decor that you didn't use this season. This is the perfect time to reassess. If you have everything out right now, and then you have a bunch of other things that didn't make it out,
consider whether
you may want to consider donating those or getting rid of that.
Honestly,
stuff.
and it's not passing the litmus test. And you can also evolve your decorations.
Yeah.
So for the longest time, I thought the Coca-Cola polar bears were adorable, and there was a Coca-Cola had a whole line of things, and it was just cute. They never come out, so we donated them, and yes, it's a great time to cycle that stuff out. If it's not sitting out now, it's probably because you don't like it or don't use it or have no intent to use it.
Yep. We have had this a little bit smaller than life-size Santa Claus that, there's a button and it sings and all that stuff.
We have the same thing.
Okay.
It's great.
Well, its head fell off years ago, right?
Claus.
Decapita
Claus.
Dude, so now I literally, in his one hand, I have him holding his own head, which I think is really, really funny. But
it's magical,
It is going in the trash tomorrow.
Yeah.
But for years, this thing, like, we would just kind of like place the head on top of it, and anytime you bumped it or whatever, the head would fall
off. I love that.
Dude,
but it's time to go.
You could bring it in here. It would actually work as a decoration here. Decapita Claus.
Oh, man, that's just another step. It's just so much easier to put it out in the trash to me.
All right, here's another thing you need to assess: your camera roll. All right, that is arduous. That's a lot. If you have thousands and thousands of pictures, it's a lot of work. I told you guys about this earlier this year, late this past year, and I saw an interesting tip about how you can spend the next year going through your camera roll. There is a way to set this up. You can do a quick search online and find out how to do it, especially if you have an iPhone, that every day it will send you, it will alert you to all of the pictures you took on that day in your camera roll's history.
Right.
So if you think about how many pictures you've taken on one day, chances are it might be fairly manageable over the last, 15 years or whatever that you've been using your iPhone app or your Photos app.
Yeah.
And so if you have a reminder every day, maybe you can quickly go through and go, oh, my God, that's a picture of food.
Yeah.
What do I need that for?
I need that.
And delete. Yeah, I need that. Save that.
What a muffin.
But it might be a quick way to just clean out and get rid of over it's a year-long process, but you might completely clear things out and maybe save some more space on your phone or whatever it is.
The
I think
fear
it's a great idea.
of the shotgun method is that you're going to get rid of something you really wanted and kind of just bulk erase it.
Yeah.
So if you're taking it on a day-per-day basis, the likelihood of you doing that is a lot less.
And you'll come across something you're like, oh man, I love that. I forgot about that.
This is my favorite tea pick.
Similar to get rid of Facebook friends on their birthdays, it reminds you every day who people are. So if you go a whole year checking the birthdays, you can be like, unfriend you.
Right. Okay. All right, good idea, Preston. I don't need this picture of 3 pieces of pizza.
Right?
Like, what the freak is that doing in there?
Exactly.
All right.
All right. Any unused tech items, especially if it's outdated tech and things like that you just don't use anymore, it's a good time to assess that and get rid of that. Expired coupons, old gift cards, or just gift cards in general.
Yeah.
And get yourself a plan to start using those.
Listen,
and you probably got a fresh batch of them.
Yeah, if you haven't used them, if they haven't meant anything in a long time, that's for a reason. Get rid of them.
Yeah. Also, it says here, dead batteries. If you have like a container of dead batteries. I told you guys about this a while back. I had heard that hardware stores will collect dead batteries and dispose of them properly.
Right.
So I had like a bag full of old, AA and AAA batteries. And I go to my local hardware store, and I come showing up, and I brought this bag. I'm like, hey, I heard you guys will, dispose of these for me. And they were like, oh, okay, yeah. Well, we'll just throw them out with the rest of the stuff we normally throw away. And I'm like, you don't recycle or anything? They're like, no, we'll get rid of them for you. I was like, okay.
I could have done that.
I thought I was doing the right thing.
Hey, if you have a second, look at this picture of 3 pieces of pizza.
Rodney will take your dead batteries.
Yep.
All right. Number 6 on and I have these 10 things on this list. Number 6 is expired condiments in your fridge.
Ew.
If you have no, not condoms. I know that's what you're thinking. Condiments. Especially if you have several people, if you're a household.
So
you can go through and find stuff like, we will buy things for one recipe, something like, fish sauce or some very specific thing, and we'll make it and then forget to continue making stuff that uses that, and it goes bad, and I just need to clear stuff like that.
So we went with the ultimate situation with that. We had the kitchen completely redone, and that was a massive purge. And if it wasn't something we were currently or just recently used, it's out. So it's a wonderful thing. And you won't believe the amount of space you buy back.
Marissa, expired makeup and skincare is on this list as well.
Now, you use fish sauce for your skin, right?
Yeah, you're only supposed to use like things like mascara for like a year or so. That's probably the wrong amount of time. But sometimes you have palettes of eyeshadow for years, and like those are okay to keep.
Okay.
There's a list somewhere where you can follow along.
So to your guess, what cosmetic lasts the longest? I
think it's the amount of time that you use it.
Oh, I see.
So if you're using a mascara every day, it gets bacteria on it because you're constantly using it. If you're putting, eyeshadow palette and putting your brushes in it every day and not cleaning them. But if you're just using it for one color and then using it later, 6 months later, it has different bacteria levels.
But it says on here expired makeup and skincare. So I guess some of them do have a quote unquote shelf life. I mean, you could probably get away with, but maybe it's like a best used by date or something. I don't know.
Yeah, and some of them will like crumble. Like you think you've kept it for so long and then you touch it and it crumbles apart.
How did you look?
All right. Also, expired medications.
Yeah.
Some people don't realize that medicine goes bad over time. Even over the counter stuff. If you're buying ibuprofen or acetaminophen and stuff like that, they do have expiration dates on them.
Get
they
together
won't work
with our
as
neighbors and we'll do a potluck.
Medication. Everybody brings
thing.
medication.
Yeah.
All right.
And
what a great idea. Hey, I brought Xannies. They're about to go. They're only a month old.
Stool softener.
Yeah. Also, extra items in your shower that you may want to get rid of.
Like that toaster.
Yeah.
That half bottle of conditioner, the other one of soap.
God, Rochelle used to be a conditioner junkie. I remember at one point it was like 35 bottles. We have this shelf in our fridge. And one day I'm like, I'm going through this stuff. And I pulled it up and like 80% of it was conditioner.
Yeah. She kept it in the fridge?
No. on the shelf in the shower. Did I say fridge?
Yeah.
Did you? I don't know.
Okay.
No, I thought maybe that's the way you would store it.
No.
No, we have empty bottles of like things in the shower.
That just hang out.
That just hang out there.
Yep.
Yep.
Do they have the little bit of water in them that you put in because you
Some
think
do.
that soap's going to last one more time?
Yeah.
So that's something my shower is completely devoid of, which is conditioner.
Yeah, you don't need any of
I don't need any of that. But again, when you declutter the bathroom, you know what I started doing? I started taking my toothbrush and everything, and I put it in the drawer at the top under the so that my counter is completely clean. When I take stuff out and then put it back in.
Nice.
That'll last for a day.
Marissa, I strangle soap, shampoo to the bitter end.
All the time.
And I do the water and shake it up and do the whole thing, trying to get every little bit out of it that I can.
And then the shampoo finishes before the conditioner.
Right.
So that you save the conditioner, and then if you buy it as a set, you put both of them in the shower, and then that's how you build up the conditioner.
So traditionally, both shampoo and conditioner is like just a dollop?
I use way more shampoo than I do conditioner.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Conditioner, you don't need that much.
Yeah, you're only supposed to use like a quarter or smaller, but sometimes you use more.
Do you use conditioner?
Not all the time.
I haven't done it in a long time.
You're more a Jerry Crow kind of guy.
No, like if anything, I'll do like
Soul
conditioner,
Glow.
like
Soul Glow.
maybe like once a week, once every 2 weeks.
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
Brought to you by Live Casino and Hotel. And at Live Casino Hotel Philadelphia, you can immerse yourself in a premier gaming experience with over 2,000 slots, 130 tables, and the FanDuel Sportsbook and Lounge. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. All right, here's a story out of Oregon.
Oregon?
Or Oregon, as I say, but he says it like this.
Back home to Oregon.
Thank you. After an incredibly dangerous incident in 2025, a man named, and I kid you not, Looney Tune was sentenced to prison on Thursday after leading a police chase and shooting at a Milwaukee police officers. District Attorney's Office said 43-year-old Looney John Franklin Kolb Tune pleaded guilty on Thursday to several
Sheriff Hanna-Barbera.
several felony charges stemming from a traffic stop. Tune was sentenced to 20 years in prison. With 4 counts of first-degree attempted assault with a firearm, unlawful use of a firearm, and others.
That's all, folks.
Yeah. The case goes back to June 2025 when Milwaukee police stopped the vehicle just before 3 a.m. Police said they found the driver and female passenger inside the vehicle after discovering Looney Tune had an outstanding felony warrant. Another officer responded, placing spike strips under the back tires to prevent Tune's escape.
At one point, Preston, they had a brick wall and they painted a tunnel on it.
No. Wow. You fell for that?
Yeah.
And after discovering it, they placed spike strips under the back tires to prevent Tune's escape. Steve, they also put a piano out there with sheet music.
But was rigged with dynamite,
They
right?
knew that he knew how to play, but they rigged it with dynamite. Yes, exactly.
But the deputy played it the wrong way a few times.
Yeah. And that got him mad.
Oh, he's
so,
upset.
yeah.
'Cause
You stupid rabbit! Like this!
You can't beat those cartoons.
So, police said that Tune, who previously went by the name John Kolb, then reversed the car, backed onto the police vehicle, ran over the spike strips, and sped away. During the police chase, Tune, they heard him say, meet me, because he was...
Well, now he's in the county jail, and all they serve are dishes made of coconut.
During the police chase, Tune fired a pistol out of the window in the direction of the Milwaukee police officers following behind.
Oh, what kind of coconut?
Tossed coconut salad, fresh coconut milk, New England boiled coconut. I hate coconuts.
When Tune's vehicle eventually crashed near the railroad tracks, he ran onto the golf course and drove around there for a while.
Wow.
The search was unsuccessful at the golf course. He was eventually arrested in Sandy, Oregon on June 23rd. At the time of the stop, he was on probation for first-degree attempted kidnapping as well. And his history involves 25 criminal convictions, including 16 felonies. So he's going to jail for 20 years after
Looney
that whole thing.
Tune.
Yep. A man has been arrested and charged after police said that he brought his girlfriend's 11-year-old daughter with him while attempting to steal copper wire from a building in Bucks County.
Oh, there you go. Teaching them young.
According to the
You want to go with Daddy on a felony?
Penn Salem Police Department on Wednesday at around 12:30 p.m., officers responded to a report of a burglary in progress at a commercial office building on Tremont Avenue. When officers got to the scene, police said they found that the side glass door to the building had been shattered and forced open. While searching the property, officers heard noises from inside the building and located a man in a rear equipment room actively cutting and removing copper wiring. The suspect, identified as James Harkless DeShellis, was taken into custody after the incident.
Okay, my little doodle bug, light the blowtorch.
They discovered numerous tools and containers filled with previously cut wire from the building. And they also said he admitted to stealing the copper, or his intent to steal the copper. And they revealed that he had brought his girlfriend's 11-year-old daughter with him, instructing her to hold the flashlight while he committed the crime.
Hey, who wants to rob a mailbox?
He was charged with burglary, corruption of minors, and related offenses as well. Hey, now this one I don't get. So a Florida elementary school principal is fighting for her job after being placed on administrative leave over a Fetty Wap lyric that appeared on the first page of the school yearbook, attributed to her by name. So the first page of Trout Creek Academy's yearbook read, "Everybody hating, we just call them fans though." And then it was attributed to Mrs. O'Connell. Well, Principal Katie O'Connell said she never wrote or approved the quote and insists no one goes by Mrs. O'Connell at her school. Only Miss O is what she's called. Both she and her assistant principal submitted documentation showing the quote wasn't in the yearbook when they did their final review on April 9th. So far, that hasn't mattered to the administration. St. Johns County School placed her on leave and is moving toward no reappointment. Her attorney called it a bunch of garbage and says she was denied due process, including being told that she'd be immediately suspended if she brought legal counsel to her meeting with the district. Evidence from the yearbook teacher appears to conflict with the district's account. So they're firing over something she says she didn't do, and she has proof of it. But I don't understand what's offensive about that quote.
No, what is...
Everybody hating, we just call them fans, though. I mean, that seems fairly benign.
What does Principal 2 Chainz say about that?
I don't know. They need to check in with 2 Chainz because Fetty Wap is being called out.
Is it that she's accused of plagiarism?
I don't know.
That seems not what this is about.
It's very strange. One last story. An Australian shop called Rat Oddity Gizzard has gone viral for a strange line of women's underwear. The shop has used taxidermied rats, meaning real rats that have been stuffed and preserved, to make odd items for years. But last October, the main designer decided to sew one of these dead rats onto a piece of women's lingerie.
Sounds hot.
Posted a photo on Instagram, and it took off from there. The pieces are called Lingerat, or Longerat, if you want to say it that way. And they are not really made to be worn for obvious reasons. Still, some people say that they would happily put on just to shock or scare their partner if they could.
Oh, my God, this rat is riding up my ass.
And many wondered if the items were real. They are. And if you're in the mood for some sexy time, a pair costs $137.
Can you imagine how arousing it would be to see skid marks on your girlfriend's rat underwear?
The attention has not at all been kind, but something this kind of shocking that comes with the territory. And the shop even offers shipping worldwide, should you be interested in the rat panties.
I see a whole line of clothing here. How about a bra with 2 raccoon heads?
I could work. I could work. All right, and there you go. That's what I have in the bizarre file. All right, we going to take a break. We'll come back in a second. We'll get the music news. We'll get some trash and a lesson question as well. So stay right there.
It's not long enough, you know?
Are you guys different products?
What do you mean?
Do you use like shampoo for your hair and soap for your body, or are you like all in ones?
Shampoo for my hair and beard.
I do the 3-in-1. It's Crew, so it's body wash and
fish sauce
and shampoo and conditioner all in one. So
and
I just
toothpaste,
use all of that, and toothpaste.
Yeah, 4-in-1.
Yeah.
Face wash.
That's just the worst toothpaste I've ever had.
So get rid of some extra items in your shower. And then the last thing it says here is canned goods you don't use.
I take them out of my shower all the time.
Do you?
Yeah. What's with this? Beans?
Probably in your pantry is where you're going to find that stuff.
Yeah, man. So we got, again, thanks, Mr. Contractor, help redo everything. And we had these cabinets, Preston, that were horrible. that we kept buying the same stuff over and over, not realizing we had it already in the cabinet. It's like, how long has this been in here?
So it's a good time to assess that stuff. Move the clutter
if you're going
out.
to pick a benchmark time to do it, why not now?
I would like to bring you into the world of our esteemed establishment known as the Just Saying Institute.
The Just Saying Institute, home of the Bird, Band, Avian, and Rock and Roll Museum.
The entire museum.
Yeah,
all the
it's
bird bands.
bands.
All right, man, there's been some really interesting things that have occurred in the world of science. And I'm going to start with a fairly serious one here, which now listen, when you hear about discoveries that have not yet been fully tested, it can take a long, long time for things to actually pan out.
Yes.
But I always think that it's nice to have a kernel of hope. And a team of American scientists claim that they have done something miraculous. They have cured lab mice suffering from Alzheimer's disease.
Wow, really?
Cured. And the word cured is in parentheses here, and I'll explain in a moment.
They've made a lot of steps forward in slowing the progression and other things that they've been working on. There seems to be a good story popping up about Alzheimer's and dementia treatment every couple of months now. So they seem to be dancing all around this. So hopefully this is something.
Yeah, the researchers achieved this feat by administering the rodents with the powerful compound, which is known as P7C3A20, which they announced in a new paper in the journal Cell Reports Medicine. Scientists from Ohio's Case Western Reserve University Hospitals, and the Lewis Stokes Cleveland VA Medical Center undertook the study. Andrew A. Piper, who's the study's principal investigator, said the key takeaway is a message of hope. The effects of Alzheimer's disease may not be inevitably permanent. Like they're talking about reversal.
Reversing it. And I've heard this. There are other things that have been mentioned that you've mentioned that talk about the reversal. Now, how does one meter Alzheimer's in a mouse?
Yeah, really.
Do they not recognize family members?
I can give you the rundown of it. It's a lengthy article, but the damaged brain, he says, can, under some conditions, repair itself and regain function. That's incredible. I just think of preventative, as opposed to reversing it.
So my mother-in-law passed away from Alzheimer's. She was later on when she got it, but it's something that sort of looms because there's it can be a family component, and there's all these things. One of the spots earlier, Preston, for and I wanted to mention it to you in passing, brought up about hearing aids and that the ability to hear can impact you. Have you heard this in one of the spots we play? It's for the company.
No.
And that can have a significant sway over whether you are susceptible to Alzheimer's or not.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, I'm half-ass quoting it, but it caught me off guard. Is that really something?
Well, that's interesting because I just learned that hearing aids are not covered by most insurance.
Okay.
Which just seems crazy because they're very expensive.
Yeah.
And if it does have medical implications
they're
like
less
this.
expensive now than they've there are so many companies that are making them and that are making them like you could just go in and
interesting.
My dad, before he passed, had purchased kind of these general that he loved that were great.
Costco has a hearing aid section, believe it or not. Yeah, and a whole where you can go in and get tested. And have, I took my dad in there when he was living with us for a little while to get his hearing aids fixed and all that. So,
well, Dad, if you're listening to this right now.
Yell. This research is part of a growing wave of very promising lab studies that point to a tantalizing future where Alzheimer's and other neurological issues could be a thing of the past. Besides this P7C3A20 research, others have scored remarkable lab results using different compounds and treatments. So this has made normally cautious scientists so excited that they are making bold predictions. University of Edinburgh neuroscience professor Tara Spires-Jones said that this month she thinks that the scientists are closer than ever to a truly life-changing treatment in as little as 5 to 10 years.
You need stuff like this. I mean, this specifically robs you of when family members or people are dealing with this and somebody ceases to recognize them. The whole Bruce Willis's thing, it's not exactly Alzheimer's,
aphasia,
right?
but
There is a similar aspect, and it robs the person. It's a horrifying thing.
So, regardless of the cause, previous research has suggested that Alzheimer's is a form of inflammation, and that means lessening or zeroing out inflammation in the brain could be key rather than managing symptoms. So, let me get to the whole the mouse thing. Yeah. So, for the study, the scientists focused on the impact of the crucial molecule called NAD+, or I'll call it NAD.
Yeah,
I know. Sounds like a ball, right? Yeah. It's a coenzyme important for driving cellular metabolism, which decreases as we age. Patients with Alzheimer's suffer from a significant decrease of NAD+ in the brain, and hence their brain cells have trouble maintaining normal functionality, staving off inflammation, canceling other physical hallmarks of the disease.
Hey,
The team took,
go ahead.
Yeah, they took 2 types of mice, okay, lab mice.
All right.
That have been genetically bred to be predisposed to Alzheimer's. So they know how to do that. Treatment successfully prevented them from developing the disease. But the big news was they injected the compound into another batch of lab mice who were suffering from a relatively advanced stage of Alzheimer's at 6 months of age. After getting injections, the mice completely recovered their cognitive ability, and their NAD+ levels were restored to homeostasis levels.
So
that's amazing.
That is amazing. So if the NAD levels are correct, do they even have to introduce the D's nuts?
No.
I don't think so.
No, as long as your NADs are good, these
don't
nuts,
even have to worry
you don't
about
even
these
have to concern yourself with them. What's also good about this study is that P7C3A20 offers an alternative pathway to boosting NAD levels versus taking over the chemical precursors for NAD+, which can raise NAD+ to such toxic levels that people could develop cancer.
Don't want that.
Yeah.
That's where you would introduce the D's nuts.
So I thought that was pretty amazing.
No, listen, so much of just having hope, it really does help to have something to affix to. And I think this is very encouraging news. Chris Hemsworth has an issue with this, right?
Well, I think there's a family
history, and he found out that he found out he's very predisposed to it. Yeah,
but I mean, listen, yes, this is encouraging, and I'm really happy. But then I also feel bad for the
people now.
that it's too late for.
I know, I know, and it is the
Yeah.
sad nature of these things. But hope is hope.
Yep.
Yeah, so they want to obviously start human trials as they possibly can, but they obviously have to do more testing before you can find out if you can even try this stuff out.
I wonder if you can, instead of, could they talk to Rat Boy? Because that's kind of a happy medium.
Already
Eugene.
there.
Yeah.
Eugene.
That's from Rat Boy. So we'll have to wait and see. But listen, it's hope. It's good news. And when I see
Why
stories,
not good news?
When I see stories like this, like I got a birthday coming up, all right? And I'm like, oh my God. All right, 10 years? All right, would that be available for me when I eventually have Alzheimer's?
I have it all planned out. I'm going to keel over. We got a cure.
Yeah, the next day.
Yeah.
It'll happen.
The guy's going to step over my body on the floor and go, we can fix it.
It's like 10,000 spoons, but all you need is a knife.
Right.
Yeah. All right, Steve, here's a text from somebody. It says, an audiologist here. There is a link between dementia and hearing loss. So dementia. Lack of hearing makes you withdraw from conversation and you lack mental stimulation. And that's a quick explanation of it.
There we go. Okay,
So
that makes
can happen.
sense.
Yeah, I could see that.
The less engaged, again, I've seen people in my life where I know when they took the classic retire, kind of disconnect from society and engagement, it seemed that their dementia accelerated.
On the MMR, a little bleed it out, and you can come and do that if you like with the I Bleed for Preston and Steve blood drive. It's coming up on the 19th. We're going to be heading back to Oaks, Pennsylvania, one location this year, and we definitely want as much help as we can possibly get. If you've been on the fence about it, we'd like you to fall over to our side of it because we're doing one location, Greater Philadelphia Expo Center at Oaks. But schedule your appointment right now. You can go on the Red Cross Blood Donor app or look for the whole blood drive information area on PrestonandSteve.com. And remember that you can get some freebies while you're there. We get the newest Preston and Steve t-shirt. We're going to be debuting that artwork very, very soon. And also, we have a free pair of sunglasses. Window Nation is providing those. And some playing cards for our friends at Arnold's Family Fun Center, which is right next door. So come on out and be a part of it. It's on 19th. It's a Friday. We'd love to have you there.
And please remember, every time we do it, we attempt to set a world record. We don't always succeed with that, but we're going to attempt.
Oh, with the donut, with the munchkin toss.
You had an idea, though, that was a riff on that, which I really liked, and I'm forgetting what it was. It was how to expand and use the wide area, because the munchkin toss, I think at a certain point we might have exceeded human capacity.
The ability to throw those things. Because they're light.
They're light.
It's hard to get distance on them.
And I'm not willing to have a brick thrown into my mouth.
Well, I think that's where the issue really is. It's not in the toss, it's in the receiving of it. Because when you're going that far, then...
I'll tell you something, it actually started to hurt.
Yep.
The cakier munchkins coming in at that velocity, and you were doing quite well.
Yeah.
Listen, we'll see. Maybe if I get something akin to like a funnel, but is that cheating?
That's cheating.
It's cheating. Yeah.
Steve, how about those cones that they put on dogs when they get stitches?
Yeah,
but if we go far enough, then maybe that's warranted.
Okay.
But I still think that's cheating.
All right, what about an arrow? If I can catch
compound bow, arrow.
Yeah,
we
I
can make
have
these
one.
things happen. Yeah.
I'll catch a bullet with my teeth.
Okay.
I'll need the blood that we're collecting.
I could bring Bill Weston bequeathed to me when he retired his blowgun, his dart gun, which I've never really used, by the way. It's at home.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Could bring that out and tinker around with it. I don't know. But it's too small. You can't fit the munchkins in there.
Yeah, we'll figure out something.
We'll work on it. We'll work on it. But be a part of the we're raising
blood.
We're donating
charity blood.
Yeah, that's what we're happening. That's what we're doing. That's what we're happening. We're of intelligence level.
Well, you speak like a...
Are you of intelligence level?
Of
course.
That's you're invoking your inner Fetty Wap.
I'm not mad at this idea. Let's fill the T-shirt gun with munchkins and just make it rain munchkins.
It might just blow them apart inside the gun.
I was wondering too, and it'd be more like a shotgun because you'd have to have a bunch in there.
Yeah,
that might be worth. Yeah, the munchkin, the
shotgun.
The munch gun.
Dude.
Okay.
All right. It's like the makeup shotgun from The Simpsons.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. We'll see if we can put that together. All right. It's lesson question time, and you'll be happy to know I haven't looked at these. So I'm going to take a quick glance here and see what we can come up with as far as what our lesson question today will be. All right. Let's go with this. What manor did Casey stay at on a terrible vacation? 610-660-9333. What did we call it? It was a house that he didn't care for, but we named it a certain manor. What manor did Casey stay at on a terrible vacation? 610-660-9333. Let's see if you know the answer to that call.
The trash business is a gold mine.
93.3 WMMR with Preston and Steve's Hollywood Trash.
Brought to you by Neumann University. First responders ready to lead? Well, earn your online bachelor's in public safety administration at Neumann University, built for those who serve. Learn more at newman.edu/yourdegree. What's happening, Steve?
Well, Dua Lipa tied the knot with the next likely James Bond actor, Callum Taylor, I believe it's his last Turner, on Sunday in London. And he performed a classic James Bond gadget stunt during the ceremonial kiss by turning his crotch into a ring toss game.
Oh, my God.
Charlie D'Amelio's dad, Marcus Fighting, claims that millions of dollars were stolen from her account while under the watch of him and his wife. Said Mark, quote, "I really can't be upset about this because everyone knows my daughter is a moron."
Oh, my God.
And finally, Brad Pitt spotted entering the Grand Palais restaurant with his girlfriend on Saturday night after taking in a Red Hot Chili Peppers concert. Pitt admitted that while his life seems perfect on the outside, he still stresses out over ownership of his vineyard.
Oh, yeah.
And that's your Hollywood Trash.
Let's go to the phone, see if someone knows the answer to the question. Where did Casey stay? What manor did he stay on a terrible vacation? And we will go to Rob. Hi, Rob. You are on the air. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. How you doing?
Good, buddy. All right, so where did Casey stay?
Black Mold Manor.
Yes, that is correct. Black Mold Manor, hang on. And probably should have told you what the prize was before I got into that, but now I'm going to a $50 gift card to the Jug Handle Inn. Great times are always had at the Jug Handle Inn. It's on Route 73 in Cinnaminson, and you know a Jersey bar is good when it wins Best of Philly awards, winners of Best Wings, Best Burgers, Best Happy Hour, and Best Outdoor Bar. Experience good times, good food, and great friends at the Jug Handle Inn.
Now, Preston and Steve's Music News on 93.3 WMMR.
Yeah!
Brought to you by Horizon Cooling. They have 24/7 emergency AC service availability even on nights or weekends. Plus, get a new system for as little as $105 a month, plus an up to 12-year warranty. You can book your visit today at horizonservices.com. Dave Grohl made a surprise appearance at Sepultura's final North American show, joining the band on drums for a performance of Kiowas. I think that's how you pronounce that. The instrumental track from their 1993 album Chaos AD at the Wiltern Theater in L.A. Grohl has been a long-time vocal fan of the Brazilian metal band, naming Sepultura's 1996 album Roots as one of the records that shaped his musical imagination. The Los Angeles date was the last stop on the North American leg of Sepultura's Celebrating Life Through Death farewell tour.
I have to say I'm not that familiar with their catalog.
I don't know them at all.
Yeah.
Ryan would, though. Yeah.
Sepultura is awesome. So the Roots record that Dave Grohl references, they take a lot of Brazilian instrumentation because they're from Brazil,
right,
and incorporate it into heavy metal sound. I mean, it is wall-to-wall just aggression, and it's really groovy. I recommend it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Their final concert of all time will take place November 7th in Sao Paulo, Brazil. And then sad local news to pass along this morning. Philadelphia lost one of its most beloved drag artists, Dito van Rijgersburg, the cabaret performer best known for his drag persona, Martha Graham Cracker, passed away yesterday following a leukemia diagnosis in 2022. We'd had Dito on the show before.
Yes.
Specifically about
this event.
About just the cancer and coming around from it. And also there was a show that happened last year that was a tribute to Live Aid and raised funds for leukemia, which unfortunately ended up taking Dito's life.
You played during the tribute, and Pierre was there as well.
Yeah. So he was a co-founder of Philadelphia's Pig Iron Theater Company as well. In 2005, Van Rijgersburg introduced Philadelphia audiences to Martha Graham Cracker, famously billed as the tallest, hairiest drag queen in the world. Martha performed with a full band, building a genre-defying cabaret act that could move from Judy Garland to Black Sabbath, often in the same set. In 2025, he celebrated 20 years of Martha Graham Cracker Cabaret. After his leukemia diagnosis in 2022, Dito had paused performances while undergoing treatment and searching for a stem cell donor. He later returned to the stage. It said that the experience had changed his understanding of time, performance, survival, and it said at the time in 2022, you have to form a relationship with the idea that you're not always going to be here, and you learn a lot about how precious time is. He was 53 years old, by the way, which is way, way too soon to be taken. So in remembrance of Martha and Dito, one and the same, but two different as well, performances, we're going to play War Pigs from Black Sabbath because Martha Graham Cracker did this awesome version of War Pigs.
What they were known for.
Yeah. And on stage with this siren and this whole thing, it was a really, really cool thing. So Victor Fiorella from Philly Mag had reached out. Victor was a member of the band, the keyboardist for the band. So we're going to do that. We're going to take a break. That's it in music news. We'll take a break. We'll come back and we will play in memory of Martha Graham Cracker, War Pigs for you from Sabbath. So we'll be back in a moment with that. Stay put. And yes, most insurance companies do not cover hearing aids, and it is criminal. So just a heads up, it can get expensive. All right, let's move over to orgasms.
Yes, love them.
All right, we go from...
And how are the mice doing with this?
They're...
Oh, man. Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy?
Well, this is mainly in females. So
female mice.
If you've ever found yourself in tears or cracking up during sex, even if nothing was especially funny or upsetting, it's not uncommon. Having sex...
Oh, she definitely got there. I can hear it.
I'm going to make you laugh so hard.
Oh, my God. You're possessed.
Oh, my God. Multiple laughters.
And then we need the screaming orgasm guy on the other side of that. Oh, my God. Oh, it's too funny. So having sex can be weird.
Wow, I'm gonna be like her.
It can
I'll
be
have what she's having. Yeah.
It can be weird, awkward, or embarrassing, and it turns out our reactions to it can be as well. New research suggests that headaches, crying, nosebleeds, or even hallucinations during or after an orgasm are totally normal responses for women.
Yes, it's funny. You always the Just Saying Institute always seems to tap into things I've just read articles about or whatever. I mean, I know we're pulling from the same pool of stuff, but it is a convulsive sort of thing.
Yeah,
and so you would imagine.
Yeah, and your body
that's why
releases
people have heart attacks,
all kinds of hormones, and so. A new study from Northwestern University is the first one to look into how often and consistently women experience various responses and when they happen most often. And it finds that while these sensations tend to be rare, they are within the range of normal sexual response, even if they're surprising to the woman experiencing them. Dr. Lauren Stryker, a clinical professor at Northwestern University, says that women need to know that if they have uncontrollable peals of laughter every time they orgasm and nothing was funny, they're not alone. The study involved anonymous responses from 3,800 women, and 86 of them reported experiencing these responses. Overall, 61% had physical symptoms, 88% had emotional responses, and more than half felt more than one symptom. A third experienced a headache.
Yeah.
Almost a quarter had muscle weakness, and close to 20% reported foot pain or tingling.
So if your nose started to bleed, would you think you were in the upside down at that point?
Only 2% reported getting a nosebleed, by the way. So that was more on the rare
I would
side.
think like I'd burst a blood vessel or something if that happened.
Yeah. Laughter was fairly common, as 40% experienced it.
Well, if something feels orgiastically good, that's why there's a correlation between tickle porn or tickle, that sort of thing, where people really want to be tickled into, submission.
And 4% had hallucinations. I'm sorry. I was thinking about something.
What?
Remember the one time we all made our orgasm faces here?
I forget.
There's a video. There's a Daily Rush video somewhere, Steve, and I think it might be a screen cap of you, and you're just like, this grimace on your
I would
face.
never want to see my face.
How about that, man? Would you? The next time you're taking care of yourself, have your phone nearby.
I'll stream it live.
Take a quick video.
Marissa's got the it's on our YouTube page.
It's
Daily Rush.
It's an old video. It's from 12 years ago. Man,
I
think I had purposely paid attention to when I was taking care of my own business as to what my face contorted into. I didn't look at myself while I was doing that, but anyhow, try that out at home today. The most common response, though, from the women that were surveyed about this was crying, actually. 63% said that they had, and another 43% say that they felt the urge to do so.
A flood of
emotion,
hormones.
Yeah.
There's a happy
Marissa,
cry.
Not to get very personal, but have you ever had any of these
any odd
reactions?
reaction?
Dad, stop listening now. No. But I have had a partner that did.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was with somebody who cried.
Really?
Yeah, it was weird.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like often or just one time?
Every time.
Every time.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
No
it wasn't like a sob, but it was like it was a whimper because it was probably like holding back from trying not to cry.
Okay, question. Did you ever talk to him about it or ask him?
No, it wasn't the type of relationship that I needed to.
All right.
I just can laugh about it on the radio so many years later.
No, I was just wondering if you got any insights from him about that.
So
it wasn't.
That's interesting.
I didn't need to talk to him that much.
Okay. All right. Gotcha.
That's why you're married to someone else, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Only 17 of those who reported having any of these experienced them consistently, and 69% had them sometimes. So if you have a weird reaction like that, it's not necessarily, out of the ordinary, and just be aware.
What if you involuntarily evacuate your bowels?
You mean that doesn't happen to you guys, too?
should talk
That's
to
how I
me
got
about
that face.
Let's talk.
All right, we'll go somewhere else. Now, Marissa can relate to this. It's something called time blindness.
Very.
Russell Barkley, a retired clinical psychologist at the University of Massachusetts, is often credited with linking time impairment with people with ADHD or autism. In 1997, he called it temporal myopia. But recently, time blindness has sparked a social media debate. Where is the line between a genuine condition and someone who is disorganized or just plain rude?
Yeah, a lot of people use it, and everyone wants to jump on the latest syndrome and stuff and say that's why I'm late for work all the time is because I have this. But it's not. There is a definite clinical condition that is not what a lot of people think it is.
Time blindness is the inability to determine how long a task will take or conceptualize how much time has passed. It relates to executive function that occurs in the frontal lobes of the brain. It is a well-documented characteristic of many people with ADHD. And Stephanie Sarkis, a psychotherapist in Tampa Bay, Florida, said anyone can have issues with running late. Just with ADHD, there's functional impairment. And it impacts family life and social life. It impacts work, money, management, all areas of life. Sarkis said if a person's chronic tardiness is 1 star in the constellation of symptoms, then it could be evidence of a treatable disorder. She cited research that stimulant medication prescribed for other ADHD symptoms, such as inattention or restlessness, is also effective at treating time blindness.
So yeah, you said ADHD is
might be
all right to part of this. I err on the other side. If I'm anything, I'm too early more often than not. But I'd prefer that. I like you. I think we both agree, Preston. Rather get to the airport way early than close to on time. I don't.
I feel like the airport.
I get too nervous.
The airport one is the only one where I'm like, okay, I want to be early.
I see you walk in like when we do movie screenings. You walk in like 2 minutes before the movie starts. I've been there for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, the airport thing.
Yeah.
And the reason that I don't mind getting there super early is, number one, fear of the major inconvenience that it would be to miss your flight.
Right.
And how many hoops you have to jump through. I am already going to be tired from this day.
Yeah.
And I don't need to add on several hours and complications and all that. So getting there early is totally worth it. Plus, there's stuff to do at the airport.
Right.
Yeah.
Could pretend you're a spy.
Yeah. So for me, it's more of like this. You never know what the security check-in line is going to look like.
Yeah.
And I've been there where I've just walked right through, and then I've also been there where the line goes all the way down. No, the line goes all the way down. The corridor.
Yeah.
And so my fear is that I'm going to get there and it's going to be really, really crowded. Right. And Press, you're right. There are a ton of things that you can do, and also even if they're I can just sit in the terminal, play on my phone or whatever.
Yeah, see, I just have all of these things all together, and it's so terrible.
You're like right up. You'll right up to the last second.
Oh yeah, yes. And Steve, I'm self-diagnosed ADHD, and I see the videos on Instagram, and I watch them, and I relate with the person who thinks something takes 4 minutes and it takes 27 minutes.
Yeah.
But every once in a while, one will come by and it'll be like, "Oh yeah, you had an event," and they're saying like, "Oh, I'll be 5 minutes late," and you're like, "That's okay. I've been here for 3 hours." Like that doesn't compute with me whatsoever.
So this is you then.
Whatsoever.
Yeah.
And on top of this, I also have I'm not motivated to do things until I have to do something else. Like when I had to pack for over vacation for a road trip, I decided that was when I wanted to hang up the clothes that had been sitting on my floor for a month.
I see.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Like it was the pressure to pack that was like, oh, you know what? I've been meaning to do this. I should do that now.
You get
and distracted
productive
away from that.
You get productive under pressure.
Yeah.
And is it difficult for you to attach priority to something? Meaning, like let's say this: if you had to be somewhere at 6 p.m. and if you weren't there on time, you were going to lose your job. That kind of priority would motivate you to be there early.
I am so falsifying myself that I still think that I'm going to be on time, no matter what time I leave.
Okay.
I can convince myself that like I'm still leaving with enough time. Does that make sense?
But what I'm saying, but if a heightened priority were put on something, would you make a mental note to, I will not get there late. I will get there early.
Yes, like I will still think that I am leaving with enough time to be there early, but
Even though you're
somehow
running
this
late?
time blindness has kept me, and I end up being 3 minutes late.
I can't wrap my mind around
Yeah,
that.
it's
what
so
about-
wild.
what about?
It's hard to explain and it's hard to justify it because people don't understand it.
Yeah, so there is, and I feel like you did this to us. Maybe it was in Chicago or whatever, but we all had dinner reservations, and they don't sit you until everybody from your party shows up to the restaurant. And let's say the dinner reservation was at 6:30, and like you showed up well, and we're all just sitting there in the lobby, like just waiting and waiting. It might not have been you; it might have actually been Nick, but it was like I was like, come on, man! You know, there are like 10 people here waiting for you to be on time,
Right, yeah.
And this is me, the guy who's late for everything. You know?
Sure. Yeah. It's like whatever that minute is, tell me 5 minutes before, and I will be there at the minute you wanted me to be there. Does that make sense?
Jeff Meltzer, a therapist in Bradenton, Florida, counsels people who never show up on time to examine the core issues behind their lateness. And this is interesting. Here's something I hadn't considered. He said some people who hate small talk fear arriving early, which could point to anxiety as the underlying issue.
That does suck.
Others may feel that they don't have much control over their lives, so they try to reclaim a few minutes from responsibilities. He said it's the same psychology concept behind revenge bedtime procrastination. WMMR, some Sabbath this morning, and we're sending that one out to the memory of Dido Van Rigersberg, also known as Martha Graham Cracker, who did an amazing version of that song, War Pigs, and just wanted to send that out into the world. So,
Yeah.
It's
a sad, sad
passed away.
bit of news.
10:32 on this Tuesday morning, and the whole thing is coming to a close. But today's been a fun day today. We got to debut the new jingle for Stacko Topics.
It was a good one, too.
Yeah, thank you to Zach, our imaging director here at WMMR. For,
One more time.
Yeah, Casey's going to pull that up. So, for putting this official intro together for Stacko Topics. Yes.
This is Stacko Topics. Here's a random topic.
So we had to do it. I mean, he put that together for us. So we went into that. And thank you also to Lavell Crawford.
Yes.
On the program. Lavell is performing at Helium Comedy Club. I did not know that story about his dad.
No.
Yeah.
This guy that he thought was his dad that he didn't meet until later in life turned out not to be his dad. And then he found the real dad.
Living just blocks away.
Yeah. And he had half brothers that he didn't know that were living just around the corner too.
And
it was
a
good
half
relationship.
Asian sister.
Yeah. So, but he's at Helium Comedy Club this weekend. The shows are starting to sell out, so get the tickets at heliumcomedy.com. Is there a buddy on?
I think
Where's he going to be coming up?
right here.
Is it right here? Let me go. Matt Cord, are you there?
I am here.
Hey! From the comforts at home. By the way, may I say, and I said this when we got off the air yesterday, this signal coming from your house sounds pristine. It sounds like you're sitting right next to us.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well, let's just stay here then.
Right? Yes. I think we have a
Just
new way
keep
of doing things.
I watched your video yesterday, Matt. You were posting about where you're sitting in the house. It is a large room.
Yeah.
But you look like you were in your glory. I can sort of see why Patty Ann doesn't like that lounge that you're in, though.
The porch recliner in the living room. But yeah, she actually had to leave early today. So I didn't do a video today. I apologize.
Oh, man.
It's all right.
But you know what I can see right now? I'm lying in the recliner and I'm looking south. Preston, you'll appreciate this. I can see the steeple of St. Thomas the Apostle.
Oh, yes. I used to live right by there.
Oh, yes. I remember that house. A condo, right?
Yeah. That's a good view.
It's our parish.
That's, and they don't have the carnival anymore, do they?
No, the old St. Thomas Country Fair. That was fun, right?
Yeah, it was a blast, man. It went on for like over 100 years or something like that.
Yep. It was always right around this time, and you could gamble and you could drink.
Yes.
It was like
opened up my eyes to the world of the Catholic Party that I was not aware of. So, but now you got a good view then, man. You're going to be
a great view.
Yeah, excellent. All right, well, let's get that letter of the day.
Yes. Preston and Steve on 93.3 WMMR.
Now, the Daily Letter.
The Preston and Steve Show is brought to you today by The Letter.
O as in ocean blue.
All right, and we will be giving away on Friday a weekend getaway at Camelback Resort, including a pair of Camel Beach tickets for 2 days. and a pair of Pocono Raceway tickets to the NASCAR races on Saturday, June 13th and Sunday, June 14th, and a hotel room for those 2 nights as well. So we give that away, obviously, on Friday. Getting set for it. It's a beautiful day today, Matt. People are going to be spending a lovely day with you this afternoon.
Yes, I hope.
Yeah.
So our blocks today, we're going to play The Clash. We're also going to play the Stones because I meant to do Stones yesterday, Ronnie Wood's birthday. Today would have been Charlie Watts' birthday. So we'll do some Stones and Bad Company and Lame Ass Trivia at 11:40. It's a true or false question. So pretty easy to get the answer, and it's a great prize. Tickets to see the Black Crowes and Whiskey Myers next Friday, June 12th in Camden.
So it's such a lovely day. Will one of the orderlies wheel you out into the courtyard?
Well, you know, my friend Nick is coming over today, and maybe he'll wheel me down there. I wish I had more of a cord because I could do the show from outside.
Yeah. Well, Rodney can do anything.
Yeah, we got to get you a longer cord so you can do that.
Matt Cord needs a longer cord.
Yeah. All right.
We'll figure it out, man.
Well, have a good show today, man. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, guys.
All right, let me take this opportunity to thank the sponsors of the Preston and Steve Show. Today's program has been brought to you by Dunkin' Donuts. And the Preston and Steve Show runs on Dunkin'. Tomorrow, it'll already be Wednesday. That's great. So we'll do Fox Good Day. Check in with them. And we'll have comedian Bruce on the show, too. And I'm sure we'll have many other things to share with you and to delve into as well. That is it. We are done. Rage on. Have a great day in the morning, my friend. And we will see you again tomorrow.
Preston and Steve.
On 93.3 WMM.